and that get familiar with blue and the charmed ones too. Charm Chats. Okay, and we are here with Charm Chats, episode 105. 105, woohoo! Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Never gonna get annoyed with being excited.
Nope.
It's always gonna be exciting.
Well, yeah, we're doing a thing.
We're doing a thing. Do you know? I actually found out, I did the math on how many episodes there are in Charmed.
Uh-huh.
And if we do one episode a week,
We'll be done in like 5 years.
3. 3.5-ish. Ish. It's like 3.4, I think, is what it came down to. So like 3.25 years, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But, you know.
Yeah. Fun.
3 years, 3 months.
3 days.
That's
the power of 3.
Woo!
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's actually why I was laughing, because it's, 3 years, and I'm like, that's funny.
Yes.
That's
That's wonderful.
I enjoy it. I'm excited. Alright, so episode 105 is Dream Sorcerer. Originally aired November 4th, 1998.
Yeah, that's never gonna get old either. Except it's getting old every second.
Yeah, it really is. I keep forgetting, though, like every time I watch the show, I keep forgetting that it was 98. So I have to keep reminding myself.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, right, 90s. I keep forgetting. But yeah, so this is apparently the first episode in which Phoebe does not get a premonition.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen all
It
the
happens.
time. Yeah. And the episode doesn't really lend to her needing to get a premonition. Like,
No.
there was no need for it.
No,
And it would have
wouldn't
felt
really
contrived if they had
yeah.
tried to do it.
Yeah, because, like, what exactly would she have had a premonition about?
Exactly.
There's no event, there's no impending doom event that happens in the real world that she would be able to see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of.
Well,
a little
the car
bit.
crash.
Yeah, there's a little bit. But, things happen and
Yeah.
and stuff and things and...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, start of the episode, we get the outside of Quake, which I still love that sign.
Yes.
The sign for Quake is
it's
still
cute.
adorable.
It's just cute enough to where it's like, oh yeah, because earthquake, because San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Like, if Quake was in any other state,
Yeah.
like if it was in a state that didn't get earthquakes all the time, you'd be like, why did they name it that? But because it's in California, you're just like, okay, that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Slightly creepy, because, slightly creepy. Because,
How is it creepy?
Well, like, because you're basically saying you're already in an earthquake and you're in California. It's just that little bit of, I don't know.
It is a bit on the nose.
A little. Just a titch.
Just a bit. Yeah, and then we go into Quake.
And Phoebe, in her little black spaghetti halter dress that is very short.
Yes.
Very
and very
short.
Phoebe.
Very Phoebe, but very short.
Is that another outfit she borrowed from someone? I don't think they mentioned it.
Yeah, they don't think they mentioned that it isn't hers, but, I mean...
It's probably not hers.
Yeah, who knows. But I just want to know, like, why is spaghetti halter a thing? Like, why...
Because 90s?
Yeah, like, I don't...
Who knows who runs the fashion industry in whatever decade is happening? Like, some of the things that come into fashion for literally no reason.
Yes.
And some of them come into fashion for very good reason, and some of them come into fashion because someone famous wore it, and that's all the reason you need.
Yeah. And some things come into fashion that should never have been even invented.
Yes.
Pocket pouch, just saying. Just saying.
But that would deprive me of my delight.
It really
with
would.
the last episode.
Yes.
Was it the last episode? No, it was episode 103.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god.
That fucking pocket pouch, man. I don't think we're ever gonna not love that pocket pouch.
So delighted. No, I seriously want to get like a tank top printed with the pocket pouch on it. It doesn't have a pocket pouch, mind you.
Yeah.
It just has it printed.
Yes.
Or find, a cable knit sweater that I can cannibalize and take the sleeves off and make into a pocket pouch.
Yes.
I would be so happy with that.
That would be amazing.
It would be
Turn the
fucking
sleeve into a
hilarious.
pocket pouch.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it,
Well,
and now I want to do it.
If it's in my size, the sleeve is going to have enough material to make a pocket pouch.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
that's obviously going to happen.
Absolutely. And if there's any listeners out there who are, creative with knitting or crocheting and can make us cable knit pocket pouches.
Yeah.
we'd be fine with that.
Oh, yeah. I am a
Just shoot us an email.
dress size 18.
And I'm 28, because I'm big.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of it.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm busty and proud.
Yeah, and at one point you were, in fact, big, blonde, and beautiful.
Well, I was big and blonde. I don't know.
Oh, hush.
I was not.
Oh, hush. Oh, hush, honey.
I'm not a good-looking blonde.
No, you cannot.
I am beautiful, yes.
No, you were blonde.
I am beautiful, yes, but
Remember
I am not
when
a
you got your
good-looking
hair cut
blonde.
3 years ago? You had blonde.
Well, it was blonde on top.
It was blonde at the ends, because you were growing it out.
Yeah,
but it was still blonde, which means you cannot refute me. You were big, blonde, and beautiful.
Well,
you were a Hairspray song.
Actually, though.
I cannot be refuted.
Actually, though, I was blonde. When I dyed my hair blue, I had to go blonde. Have I not showed you that picture?
Yes, I've seen that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked like a chubby Malfoy. It was kind of adorable.
Lucius, for
Yes.
clarification.
Yes, I looked like a chubby Lucius Malfoy, and it was very funny. But no, the blonde that I had 3 years ago...
Wasn't that from the rainbow hair?
Yeah, well, actually, it was after the rainbow hair. It was when I had blue on top and red underneath, and then we stripped out the blue and tried to put red over it, and it turned into this like dirty dishwater pink disgustingness.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really blonde.
Yeah, you can't really strip out the blue very well.
Yeah. Well, no, the blue stripped out real well. The blue stripped out beautifully.
But then the
red didn't
stick.
take.
Okay.
Yeah, the red didn't take, and so I wound up with this like pink monstrosity.
No.
That wasn't even like a pretty pink. And I don't like pink. I've never been a pink person, but it was not a pretty pink.
Yeah.
Like even people who liked pink were like, ew.
Yeah.
It was not a pretty pink, and it did not look on me at all. But I left it only because I didn't have the time or energy to deal with it, and 90% of the time my hair is up in a bun anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I'll just deal with it for a while. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm done. Just done. And I went and got it cut. And now my hair is as long as it was then, which is kind of awesome. Yeah. And once again, it's dyed, which I think is very funny.
Yeah. I think my hair is probably now to about the shortest point it was before I got it cut in February, which would have been sophomore year. Well, the 2 times I've donated, it went pretty short. But the times I've gotten it cut shorter, it was longer than the donated times.
Yeah.
So, I think like sophomore year of college, I cut it and it was this cute little like flip and it was adorable. It was so cute.
Yeah, I think the only annoyance that I have when my hair gets this long is if I've dyed it, I can't donate it.
Yeah.
Because if it's been bleached, they won't take it, which is really sad.
Yeah. And I've been reading up on hair donation, actually, and it seems that you'd be better off selling it anyway. Mm-hmm. Because most places that take donations throw out most of it and then resell what's left to pay for administrative costs or something.
Yeah.
Which is just stupid. Like, Locks of Love is apparently really bad about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about Pantene. But I know Pantene will accept colored hair.
Well, I don't...
As long as it's not a weird color.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Locks of Love didn't used to be horrible because that's where I used to donate my hair.
That was the first time I donated my hair when I was like 10.
Yeah. When I was going through chemo and I decided I was going to shave my head so I didn't have to watch my hair fall out, we thought about donating it. And Locks of Love was where we went because it was the only one we knew about at the time.
Yeah, same. We would have actually done that around the same time.
98?
Ish. I think mine was maybe a year or two later. But it was close.
Mine was 98 because I was diagnosed in April of 98.
Yeah, mine was in 2000 then because I know Christmas of that year we were in this house and I think the Christmas photos show me with like a little bob. Bangs in a bob.
So
And a little long-sleeved velour dress.
Aww.
And I was wearing socks. There's definitely a picture upstairs of me in this outfit.
I will have to check that out.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'll have to check that out when we're done with the podcast. Absolutely. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's see, where
I digress.
Fashion is a mystery.
Yes.
Hair is interesting. And let's get back to the episode. Because that's about where we were.
Well, we got sidetracked by Spaghetti Halter Top. You see,
Oh my God.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Which is par for the course with us.
Oh, right, because it went spaghetti halter top, cable knit pouch.
Yeah.
And big blonde, beautiful hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Our tangents make sense.
In the moment.
In the moment, yeah. And like I've said since the beginning, you come and listen to us not for Charmed.
No.
You come to listen to our tangents with a little bit of Charmed thrown in.
Oh, yeah.
It's just how it works. So, Phoebe, in her dress,
is immediately accosted by several gentlemen who are apparently attempting to be pickup artists at the bar.
Yeah, with the worst opening line. Like
they were old then, and time has not been kind.
No.
Not at all.
No, they were horrible in 98.
They were horrible
They're
in
horrible
65.
now. They were horrible the day they were invented.
Well,
Whoever said it first.
I'm sure. No, whoever said it second.
No, whoever said it first. It was still horrible.
It might have been bad, but at least it was novel. Whoever said it first, it was novel. Whoever said it second is a copycat, and from then it started dying.
Got it.
And it was a
All right,
quick death.
I'll allow
and
it.
It's a slow decomposition. These are the plastic bottles in our landfills that take hundreds of years to actually fucking decompose after we throw them out.
Tell us how you really feel.
I hate pickup artists, okay?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But we get this line, and this is the only time that you'll hear me say this line, unless you repeat this,
Yeah.
Unless you
Ad
hit
nauseam.
rewind.
If you make this your ringtone.
Yeah, unless you rewind. Please don't. But,
that'd be interesting, hearing you saying this line.
It would be very funny to hear me say it, but please don't. Just gonna put that out there as my please don't.
Yeah.
So the creepy pickup line, the creepy chat up line is, are your parents terrorists? Because, baby, you're the bomb.
No, he said da bomb.
Da bomb, which makes it even
I'm
worse.
pretty sure he said da bomb. This is a pickup line that could only exist in pre-2011, 2001 USA.
Yeah,
because after that, it's just like, ooh, a little too close to home there.
Yeah, a little bit. And then, we get the second guy who comes up and is like, oh, no, buddy, I got this kind of thing. And his line, while still creepy, is less so of, ask her if it hurt when she fell from heaven, 'cause I know an angel when I see one.
And he's like rubbing his hands together while staring her up and down.
Yeah, that's what made it really creepy.
There were 3 of them. Did the third guy have a line?
I don't think
He
so.
was the only one without a turtleneck. He looked like a frat boy, which is why I then called this group of men Frat Man and the Turtleneckers.
Yeah.
Because they were clearly a group.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of group. Not a good kind of group.
Yeah. I think it comes down to drunk guys thinking that if they're drunk enough, that someone will be like, I'll take pity on you and go home with you. Because it's the only thing that makes sense.
Works.
No, it's not even remotely how that works, but it's the only thing that makes sense as to why they thought this was acceptable.
Yeah, why they thought them getting drunk would lead to a hookup.
Yeah.
No. Although I have heard they're not exactly pickup lines; they're more like openers. One of my friends, she's got it's one that if she hears it, she's automatically going to give them a leg up because this is a favorite line of hers.
Okay.
And it's how much does a panda weigh? Enough to break the ice.
See, okay, that's cute.
That's cute.
That is cute.
And she loves pandas. So that's a really cute pickup line for her.
That's cute.
Well,
All right.
not even really a pickup line. And she asked me, and I could not think of an opening because, honestly, anytime someone asks me to pick out something from a wide array of things, my mind just goes completely blank.
Yeah. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we all have
Or I
that
come up
one
with
thing.
an inappropriate joke.
Well, as we all do.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of those things where it's like we all have that one, like, this is gonna get me kind of thing. Mm-hmm. For me, I don't have like a pickup line or anything, but like it's gonna sound so stupid, but like when you're playing like Cards Against Humanity, I love that game, right? Mm-hmm. It's apples to apples for truly horrible people, but it's a beautiful, beautiful thing when you get the right cards. You can
make apples to apples pretty horrible.
You really can, and you would be amazed.
The Helen Keller card?
Oh God. You would be amazed
it's no Mecha Hitler, but it's still pretty good.
And you would be amazed how many things that a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old boy could make up.
No, I believe the first orchestra outing I was on, I was with a bunch of senior girls in a hotel room, and I was a freshman. And we were playing, and the word was exhausting, and I had a crap hand. So what I put down was Keanu Reeves. And everyone but the person choosing the card got it.
That's funny.
And I'm 14.
That's funny. I like that. See, for me, Cards Against Humanity, doesn't matter what the black card is. If you play the card Bees, ? You're going to win with me. If I'm the card czar and you play that card, I don't care what the question is, that will win. It is my favorite card in the entire deck.
Yeah, I think one of my friends for Apples to Apples, I think Fuzz. And pigs? Was there a pig card? I forget.
I don't know.
Something about pigs. A well-timed barf.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, those were winners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have fandoms against humanity, which is quite fun. There's a lot of like Doctor Who stuff in there and Supernatural and stuff like that. And there was one where it was like What Ruined the Orgy or something like that. Was I think the black card. And so someone played Destiel. Which made me laugh so hard. I was like, yes, absolutely. The ship pair of Dean and Castiel would ruin the orgy for me.
Oh, something funny I was reading on Tumblr this morning was how, like, the popularity of Super Wholock, so Supernatural, Doctor Who, and Sherlock, died off right around the time of DashCon.
Well, you know.
And someone was like, did DashCon kill Super Wholock? And then they just, like, put through the reasoning, and it's fairly sound reasoning for what could or could not be a complete coincidence.
Yeah.
And then just a picture of the ball pit. And then someone else came in and added, like, oh, well, maybe there were all these other things that were coming in, like, the new shows switched hands, and there were too many changes, and so they lost people, and then, like, the age group that it was mostly at, like, had transition issues or something.
Well, and Supernatural, as much as I love Supernatural,
their hiatuses do not help them.
Yeah, they really don't. And they're starting to, like, lose storylines. Like, their storylines are starting to get a bit convoluted.
Yep.
And when I say starting to, I mean back in, like, season 8, I think, was when it was last not very convoluted.
Oh, sorry, I said hiatuses, I was thinking of Sherlock.
Oh, well, yeah, Sherlock. But still, like Supernatural is one of those shows where it started to lose me back in, like, season 8. I still watch because I still love Jared and Jensen, and I think that they're amazing actors, but the storylines are a bit...
From what I've seen, some of the episodes of this season are pretty good, and it may get me to catch up on it, because I pretty much just dropped it.
Yeah. I will be completely honest.
I watched the last season finale. That was the last episode I watched.
I have not watched, like, the last 5 episodes of the current season of Supernatural.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, lies. That wasn't the last episode I watched. I must have watched the first couple of episodes of this current season that they're in, but I don't really remember. I don't really remember a whole lot.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, no, lies, no. I'm lying again, apparently. I remember my stuff from last season. What am I doing?
Lies and deceit.
I am a horrible person.
You're horrible and I love you for it.
I know.
Alright, so let's get back to the episode. We got the chat up line of, I know an angel when I see one.
Aye.
And Phoebe has a nice comeback of, I'm no angel, I'm a witch, but don't tell my sisters I told you. Which was cute.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
I like when they can tell the truth and know that everyone thinks they're lying and be fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's just they think they're talking in euphemism. We're not, but I'll let you think that.
Exactly. It's like the when Phoebe got the job as the psychic. They didn't hire me because I'm a witch. They hired me because they think I'm a psychic.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, it was like, okay, that works, you know?
Uh-huh.
All right, so apparently she came to Quake in this teeny tiny little dress.
To meet her sisters.
To meet her sisters. In the teeny tiny. It's such a small dress. Such a small dress.
It's so Phoebe, though.
It is. I guess it is. But so she finds her sisters and sits down with them. And we are then shown a couple who has apparently been making out for an hour. Which, my first question...
Are you not tired?
Well, my first question is, why is this necessary?
It's to show how lonely Piper and Phoebe are.
Yeah, because, you know, we have to show that they're single and sad about it, because that'll play into their storyline for this episode.
Yeah. They can't just, like, talk about Prue and Andy and have that be...
Well, no. Absolutely not.
No.
But it's all right. It works out. It's fine. My second question on that, though, was, like, how are your lips not chapped?
Yeah.
Like, making out for an hour, that takes skill.
Yeah.
And determination.
Yeah, and... I mean, for it not to escalate to the point where you're gonna want to be on a couch or something?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I like a good kiss,
dedication.
But like an hour of kissing someone, that's a bit much.
It's plateauing far too low. And for far too long.
Mm-hmm. And then we see that Prue is wearing the pink velvet with the sheer panel thing that is from the promotional photo for the DVD, which is kind of cool. And I do believe this entire episode, at one point, they will all be wearing the dresses that they were wearing in the promotional photo.
I love when that happens.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And Piper is in just like a black dress. There's nothing really special about it that I could see. But everyone needs just a nice little black dress if you wear dresses, you know.
Yeah.
I don't wear dresses, so I don't have... Well, actually, no, I lie. You've lied, now I've lied. I do have one little black dress, but it is a dress that you have to wear pants underneath it, because it's a little black dress.
Yeah.
Like, it does not cover my butt. If I was shorter, it would, but I am not. Yeah. Like, it would cover your butt. It would not cover my butt.
Well, it would cover my butt, but it would slide off my shoulders, probably.
Probably, yes.
So...
Probably. Because it is kind of built for my bust.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Yeah, I could very easily hide behind you.
Yeah. Turn me sideways and all you see is my boobs. Anyway. So, Piper is complaining about being single. And in walks the waitress.
Phoebe is complaining about not having a fuck toy.
Yeah, well, you know, I understand why they do this with Phoebe. Of making her the promiscuous one, because, you know...
'Cause she's the baby.
Yeah, she's the baby, and then you gotta have something.
And they've all gotta have, like, completely competing personalities, where Prue is the uptight one who sets the rules, but is fine with breaking them. Piper is the one who has the rules set, does not break them, ever, and when she does, she's super nervous about it, because she's a timid little one, because she's the middle child.
Yes.
And Phoebe is the baby who gets no rules or just breaks all the rules she gets. Because she's the youngest and she's carefree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we have to have drama.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Piper's complaining about being single, and in walks the waitress.
And I did not recognize what episode this was until I saw the waitress. Because seeing the episode titles does nothing for me most of the time. I have to see a screen cap. I might be able to get it from an outfit.
Well,
but the title will not happen.
See, and I think this is the first episode where the title is actually said.
Yeah.
In the episode, because I don't remember something Wicca This Way Comes being said in the first one.
It's the pun.
Exactly, and
definitely not for number 3.
Yeah, no, like all of the other ones, it wasn't said at all. This one, the title was actually said.
Yeah.
So
they probably just couldn't think of a better title.
Well, yeah,
it's not that good of a title.
It's not.
It's like a 4.
It's really not. It's
descriptive of what happens, but it's boring as fuck.
Yes. But I have so many comments on this episode.
As do I.
That will come.
I may put them in shorthand, but I have them.
Yeah. See, we have very different note-taking styles.
Yes. You tried
note-taking style. I totally tried your note-taking style, and legit, as soon as I was done watching the episode, I looked back at my notes and went, no. And I had to go back and watch the episode again and take the notes my way, because I couldn't do it. It doesn't
work with everyone.
Nah. I have learned, and you'll see it in next week's podcast, I basically have to write down everything that happens in the episode, because otherwise I will forget what happened in the episode.
Yeah, and I've been working on my memory training since I was very small, because I used to have horrible memory.
Yeah, I do not have a mind palace, to quote Sherlock.
I don't have a mind palace. I just have good triggered recall.
Yeah, I do not. My memory is crap. Like, I'll be completely honest, if the first episode of this series wasn't something Wicca This Way Comes, I would never remembered it.
Okay.
Like, it's... Like, if it was
title.
If it was just pilot, I'd have been like, oh, okay, pilot. But it's something Wicca This Way Comes, and I just thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
Because I like the something wicked this way comes.
I mean, for one thing, the original quote is from Macbeth. It's already about witches.
Yeah.
Well, it's said by witches, I think.
Yeah.
It's said by the 3 witches. And you add Wicca in there, that's more witches. So it's just witch upon witch, and it's kind of this beautiful little tiny nest egg, little tiny Matryoshka doll.
I was like, it's a babushka doll.
Matryoshka doll.
Yeah. We've always called them babushka dolls, which is not what they're called. They're called...
sometimes they're decorated with women who have babushkas.
Yes, which is...
But yeah. No, we never had the babushka ones. We had ones that were owls. Because my dad was obsessed with owls.
We had...
and I remember the biggest owl was cracked along one side. And I did not do it.
All right. I believe you.
Okay.
I think ours were just the little Russian ladies, whatever. Yeah. And when you got down to the little teeny tiny one, it was a baby.
Yeah.
Like wrapped in a little swaddle blanket.
Yeah.
And it was kind of adorable. Yeah, it was kind of adorable.
Ours, I think there were 5.
Oh, I think mine had like 9.
Wow.
Yeah, it got super tiny.
Big?
Yeah, it was a big one, and then it got like super tiny.
Yeah. I don't know theirs weren't that tiny. I think we had 5, maybe 6.
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
I believe mine had 9, and I was very excited that it was an odd number.
See, over there we have a couple of Matryoshka jars. I don't know if they fit in one another.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Took me a second.
Mm-hmm. Where
were we? Yeah. Piper's complaining about seeing how the waitress comes in. That's right.
Yeah.
And I wrote in my notes that they know her and we don't, which means she's not long for this world. Mm-hmm. Because as we have found out, that if they know you and we don't, something's bad is going to happen to you.
Yep.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
This is the equivalent to the first 5 minutes of Supernatural.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So we learn her name is Skye.
Spelled with an E.
Spelled with an E at the end. And she brings Prue a drink, which apparently Prue did not order, because she has a secret admirer who has sent over the drink.
Yes.
And the guy does this little, like, glance over.
And, like, he lifts his drink.
Yeah, like, lifts his drink at it. And he's holding, like, a fucking champagne flute, I think. It was just super weird.
Yeah.
And I wrote in my notes, this guy already looks like a creeper.
Yep.
So he's got to be the bad guy, right?
Yep.
And look, he turns out to be the bad guy.
Yeah, it's rare we get them that quickly.
Yeah. But, you know.
Yeah.
So Prue says that she's flattered, but she's seeing someone. And so Skye goes off to bring the drink back to the guy.
Which is, you know, honestly, a super, super polite way to brush someone off. Which, you know...
And it's true.
Yeah, it's true. So it's not even really brushing them off. It's just saying, oh, hey, well, sorry, dude.
Yeah. It's not a fuck you. It's a, I'm seeing someone, but thanks for the gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I came to a bar where my sister works to hang out with my sisters.
Yes, you see me hanging out with this group of ladies.
Yeah. But, you know, there are some ladies who will go to a bar to pick up dudes and they have other ladies with them. So I get the concept.
Yes. Still. I mean, it's kind of a requirement. If you're going to a bar, you gotta go with friends.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're trying to, like, hook up.
Yeah, if you're trying to hook up, you need backup. I think I've only ever been to a bar once.
To watch your drink at all fucking times.
Well, yeah. I think I've only ever been to a bar by myself once.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because it was a brand new bar that I'd never been to before, and I just really wanted a drink.
Yeah, I'm actually really bad at the bringing back up, because I've gone to bars alone on dates before, like where I met the person there.
Yeah,
which is not super advisable, especially when I don't know the bar, which has happened.
Yeah, I think I don't date much just because I don't care enough, and I don't drink anymore, so I don't really go to bars. Birthday. Yeah, I'll have a drink on my birthday sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And even then, it's usually only like a shot of Kahlua. Like, it's not even a big drink or anything. I never get wasted. I've only ever been hungover once. And that was my 21st birthday. I got a lot of drinks bought for me.
Yeah, because 21.
Yeah, and so it was... I felt like I couldn't be like, no thanks. But, you know, because it's like,
yeah,
it's my birthday, they're buying me a shot, like, okay, fine. And so I had a lot to drink.
And that's really before you learn the whole,
oh, yeah,
hey, can you maybe buy me a snack?
Yeah, exactly. And that was the other thing, is because this was back in my 20s when I could still drink, you know, rum and tequila and that sort of stuff, which I cannot drink anymore. So I would get people buying me shots of rum and... you know, shots of tequila and drinks with rum in them and drinks with tequila in them. And I'm like, well, it's free booze. And so I drank them. And I got to the point where I couldn't, like, stand. I was sitting on the bar, like sitting on the bar stool. And I went to stand up and my legs went out from under me. And I sat right back down. And I'm like, okay, no more drinking for me. I'm done.
Yeah.
And, like, I literally just stopped. And I'm like, I don't ever want to feel this way again. I don't like it. This is not... like, I am a control freak and I'm aware of it.
Yep.
And I am perfectly acceptable of it. Mm. And so I was done. I was like, nope, no more drinks. Yeah. I'm done. And I think one more person bought me a drink and I'm like, I told you no, you get to drink it yourself now. And then they got kind of mad at me because they bought me this drink. And I'm like, I said no, I'm not drinking it. Drink it your damn self and leave me alone. Like, I got mad.
Yeah.
And so then I sat at the bar and drank water for the next, like, hour or something until I could actually stand up. Mm-hmm. And then I went to the bathroom. And luckily I didn't throw up. I just sat down in the bathroom and was just like, I'm just going to sit here for a while.
Yes.
And I sat in the bathroom for the next hour.
Sitting on the toilet is when you realize just how drunk you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And I literally sat down in the bathroom. Like, I sat down on the toilet and was in the bathroom for the next hour just sitting there.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's quieter in here. Nobody's trying to force drinks down my throat.
Yep.
And I can close my eyes and know that no one's going to fuck with me because I'm in a stall and they can't even see me.
Yeah.
It was great. It was lovely.
Yeah. I enjoy getting to the point of being buzzed because it makes my eyeballs feel funny.
Yeah, no.
But past that, there's not really a point unless I'm with the right group of people.
And see, I always wind up being the designated driver.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly fine with that because I don't care to drink, and I'd rather be the sober one because my friends get drunk, like lots of drunk, like blackout drunk. It is not, it's not fun for me to be drinking because then I can't, because I know, like I said, I'm a bit of a control freak. I'm a bit of a mothering figure. And like, if my friends are getting drunk and they can no longer take care of themselves because they're so drunk,
you've got to take care of them.
I've got to take care of them. And if I'm also drunk, then that doesn't work so well. So I just don't drink. And I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. And most of the time they're going out and having beers, and I hate beer. I have learned, though, because one of my ex-boyfriends, it was literally his job to find you a beer that you would like. So that was his job. He was a beer dude. Quote unquote. He's a beer dude. And it was his job to find a beer that you would like. And so I have had at least one sip of over 200 different types of beer.
Oh, wow.
And I did not like a single one. And we have figured out, after 200 plus beers, dear God, luckily he was paying for them all, we finally figured out the reason I don't like beer is because I don't like hops. And to be beer, it has to have hops.
Yep.
It can be made with wheat, it can be made with barley, it can be made with honey, it can be made with just about any other grain, whatever, but it has to have hops to be beer.
Yep.
And I don't like hops.
So do you do stuff like cider or mead?
I can do cider. I have done cider, and like the Mike's Hard.
Yeah.
I don't really like, I'm not really a lemonade person, but like the Mike's Hard iced tea, those have been known to be good. Mm-hmm. They had a black cherry one that was really good that I had to stop myself from getting because it was really good.
Yeah.
I actually, my cousin just the other day gave me a ginger ale that was an alcoholic ginger ale. Which was quite good. I actually had to cut it with real ginger ale because the alcohol taste was a bit much for me. But one bottle of this ginger ale, and I was already like, I'm feeling a little loopy, and I still have to drive home.
Yeah.
And so I literally stayed at his house for like an extra 3 hours because I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, not going to drive home until I'm absolutely positive I'm good.
Yeah. I tend to, if I don't, there's a quick drop-off if I don't escalate the drinking, I've noticed. Like, if I start off too soon, and then I stop, like, doing shots or getting more drinks or whatever, I will start sobering up once I stop intaking the same amount.
Interesting.
And I can't, and from there, I can't actually get drunk.
Fascinating.
It's weird. And granted, I don't try all that hard after that point, because I'm like, oh, I'm sobering up. Which means it's going to take twice as much work to actually get back to being drunk, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But if I pace it right, then I can actually get drunk and then sober up. And, like, I can control it. But most of the time, I'm just like, I don't want to stay the night here. I don't want to be too drunk to drive home, even if it's a route I know really well.
Yeah.
Like,
and you should never drive drunk.
Yeah.
Not only is it illegal, it is unsafe.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Just throw that PSA out there.
Which is why the last time I was with friends and drinking was at some friend's wedding, they had a free bar, an open bar. Mm-hmm. And tried out a couple of interesting drinks. Basically, the strategy was to just say, I'll have what they're having. like whoever the person was before you, and you get some interesting stuff that way.
Interesting, yeah. I can't do that because I have learned. I can't. I've never
if
really
it has
liked
tequila in it, I'm immediately just done. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I hate tequila.
See, I used to love tequila. Okay, so this is how my drinking went. Okay, I don't drink a lot, and even when I did drink, I didn't drink a lot. So I tried vodka as my very first alcohol typey thing. Because my friends were drinking vodka, because, vodka and orange juice, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I'll have,
nice screwdriver.
Yeah, I'm like, okay,
I
fine.
think that was the first drink I had, too.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can do this. And I had one, and my friend mixed it just perfectly enough that I couldn't tell there was alcohol in it. Like, there was enough orange juice to cut the alcohol taste. And so I drank it down way too fast and wound up getting myself sick. It was not pretty. It was not fun.
Yeah, so you're just really sensitive to alcohol.
Yeah, I really am. I really, really am. And then I went from vodka, because I didn't really like vodka, and especially if it was mixed poorly, I really didn't like it. And if it was mixed well, I drank it too fast, and so that was bad.
Yeah, the first vodka I convinced my brother to buy me was Skoal.
Yeah.
Which is not just bottom shelf. It's like on the floor bottom shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are the billboards around here that say all things basementy. And it applies to, what's that local liquor, the M something? I don't know. It apparently tastes like a basement. It's some Irish thing.
All right.
Yeah, some of my friends, that's a rite of passage for them.
Yeah,
but I was never involved in that particular rite of passage, and I don't want to be.
Yeah, I love how you're like, it's a local one. Yeah, I don't live around here. I don't know.
No, I mean local to Chicago.
Oh, I don't know. The only liquor store that I know of is Binny's.
Well, it's not a liquor store; it's a liquor.
Oh well,
it's some kind of liquor that starts with an M that is local to Chicago because it's an Irish thing.
Not a clue.
I don't know.
Not a clue. I went from vodka to rum.
Solid.
Because rum, when mixed with pineapple juice, is amazing.
Yep.
And because it's pineapple juice, I can't suck it down as fast as I can suck down orange juice.
Okay.
Because of the more acid in pineapple juice.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a slower paced drink, i.e., orange juice, I can suck it down in like 3 sips, 3 big gulps. Pineapple juice takes me like 6.
Yeah.
So, it's a little more. And then I went from that to tequila, because tequila sunrise became a thing that I realized existed.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started drinking tequila, I realized I could no longer drink rum. My body is weird. Mm-hmm. I have learned to live with it. And then I went one day to my local bar, which doesn't exist anymore. They've torn it down. Kind of sad.
Sad face.
Yeah. Frowny face. But, yeah, I went to my local bar and got myself a tequila sunrise and whatever else and went to go play pool. And when my drink came, I drank half of it and went straight to the bathroom and threw up. I'm like, okay, sure. I thought I was just getting sick or something, I go back out, and because it's my local place and I know the people who are owning it, like, I knew my drink was going to be safe. I go to finish the rest of my drink, down the rest of it, back to the bathroom and I throw up. I'm like, okay, no more tequila. That was it.
Huh.
That was the last time I had tequila. I'm
very
like, okay.
abrupt.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, my body is weird.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I have learned to live with it. Mm-hmm. And now I get a shot of Kahlua. That's about it. That's about it. And every once in a while I can do like the Mike's Hard stuff and like that.
I enjoy cider. My friend and I used to brew cider at college. And it was potent. We forgot to do the step at the beginning when you take a sample pre-yeast and then you do like a gravity measurement. I don't remember what it's called.
No
against the final sample to see how alcoholic it is. We forgot to do that.
Oops.
So we didn't actually know how alcoholic it was. So this cider we made ended up being the kind of alcoholic that like sneaks up on you and smacks you in the face.
Oh, you made moonshine.
Not really. It was so drinkable.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this is good. Yeah, I can taste that it's a little alcoholic, but it doesn't seem that much. And then suddenly, between the 5th and the 6th glass,
oh, Jesus,
it hits you. It hits you like a freight train.
Yeah.
And that was
one of the... I'd have had like one glass and been like, that was kind of cool.
That was one of the only times I had a memory loss associated with drinking.
Oh, wow.
And that was the year I learned that I can't do dishes after having a drink. I cannot be trusted to do the dishes. Things will break. No matter how little I've had to drink, things will break
Yeah.
It's just a law of life for me.
Hey, I totally get that.
The other time I managed to black out, I was already home.
Well, that's good.
I'd already gotten back to my apartment on campus, and I was just trying to kill time before I went to bed. I remember getting on Skype, talking to someone, logging off of Skype. Next thing I know, I've woken up in the morning, I have pajamas on, my hair is brushed, my teeth are brushed, which never happens, and I apparently took very good care of myself.
Well, that's good.
And I've never taken such good care of myself again.
Well, let's not get you blackout drunk just so you can take care of yourself.
It's fine.
Let's
I don't want to get blackout drunk.
No. Yeah, no, like I said, the one time I had a hangover, I woke up the next morning and I felt like my head was going to explode. Mm-hmm. And I was done. I was like, I am never drinking that much ever again. And I never have. And I literally, even again, back in my drinking days, back in my 20s, I would have maybe max 4 drinks. And I think since then, my max I've ever had was in one night, I had 5 drinks, but it was legit like 5 shots of Kahlua.
Oh,
it was nothing. It was like,
yeah,
because I have, like the Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Well, if you add a shot of Kahlua to Shirley Temple, it becomes a Shirley Temple Black.
Oh, that's what Lorelai had. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I made this drink up, because every time I ask for it at a bar, they're just like, what is that? I'm like, it's a Shirley Temple with a shot of Kahlua. How is this a problem? I don't understand what this problem is. But when Shirley Temple got married, her name became Shirley Temple Black. So that's why it's Shirley Temple, which is non-alcoholic. You add a shot of alcohol, it becomes a Shirley Temple Black. I thought it was cute. So there you go. So now, all of you listeners out there, now you know.
Yeah.
Shirley Temple Black is my go-to. It's a Shirley Temple with a shot of Kahlua, and it's delicious.
Awesome.
The only, close drink is, a chocolate-covered cherry, I guess, which is basically the same thing, only with, Godiva, I think, or, it's, a chocolate liqueur instead of Kahlua, but whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah, but I like my Shirley Temple Black. It's a beautiful thing. I love it.
Should we actually talk about the episode now?
I know, right? Where were we? Today, I think, is going to be a day of where were we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sky's bringing the drink back to the guy.
Yeah. And we now see...
He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Which is perfectly fine. She lets him know that Prue has said she's seeing someone else, and he responds with, I'm sure she is. In that, smarmy way.
Oh, my God. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair. That's just being a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, Blue has woken up.
Hi, Blue.
And he is coming to say hi. Hi, Blue. Hi, baby. Come here.
Hi, Boo-boos. Anyway.
We see the guy's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair. But he was kind of a dick.
Yes.
A little bit.
Because no sooner does Sky tell him Prue is taken and is very politely returning this drink, then he starts hitting on Sky.
Yeah.
And if there is one thing you do not fucking do, you do not hit on someone when they are on the clock.
Yeah.
Do not do it. I don't care if they seem flirty. I don't care if they seem overly friendly. Guess what? It's their goddamn job.
Yep.
If you see them when they're out of uniform, off of work, maybe try and get to know them. Gauge from there. But not when they are working.
Yes.
Never fucking do that. It's been a problem when I've worked at, the liquor store. I hated it.
Yeah.
Horrible. No,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Tell us how you really feel.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
It's not a good thing. I understand maybe you think they're cute, whatever, but don't do it while they're working. That's not right. It's just
if you live in the same area, you're probably going to see them outside of their work.
Yeah, probably.
Save it for them.
Exactly. If you see them at the grocery store, maybe. So, Sky says she's flattered, but that she's not allowed to date the customers.
Which could or could not be the truth.
Yeah, it could.
But it sounds plausible.
It does indeed. But here's the thing, right? So he flirts with her and does this little wheelchair movement where he
angling out
angles
to show
out.
her he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
and to point his lap at her.
Yeah,
show her she's got his full attention.
Yeah, it's just a little creepy, and I will admit,
I'll say it's full creepy. It's not just a little. Well, it's creepy.
Yes. But I will admit that Sky does do this one little face of oh God, he's in a wheelchair. That little emotion went over her face. He got a
little bit of the pity vote with her.
Yeah.
But she still can't.
Yeah. Which is why,
She knows it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
It may or may not be against the rules for her. Yeah. Either way, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. But it was a good bit of acting. Because you could see that little emotion go over her face. And she did good.
Yes. And rejects him, and then we get a poor, sad, creepy puppy look.
Yeah. And then someone calls her name off screen, and she excuses herself to go back to work. And I wrote in my notes, "Bye, Sky, we hardly knew ye." Like, Y-E, ye. Because that's just me. That's how I do. So then we get the exterior of her apartment, of her building.
And the setup for a real big continuity error.
Yeah, so normally I wouldn't say, like, normally it's just, okay, we're at the exterior. No. This exterior shot, it pans up so that we can see that there are 3 floors and, like, a gazebo thing on the roof, which is weird, but San Francisco, whatever. And not a bar to be seen on any windows, just saying. Mm-hmm. That'll come up later. But there's 3 floors, and even the first floor
it's not on the ground level.
It's not on the ground level. But it wouldn't have, like, the same view as, say, the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
Just saying. Let's just put that out there. So, we have Sky in a white nightgown that is, like, the stereotypical white nightgown.
From the, like, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. She's brushing her hair before she gets into bed. And my question is, who wears a bra to bed?
Well, I used to.
Yeah, see...
Sometimes I still forget to take it off. And sometimes it's a matter of convenience for the next day.
See, that does not work for me.
I know. It doesn't.
I have actually my boobs are big, and therefore my bra is big, and I have to have an underwire. And even just laying down on my side, my boobs will move and my bra won't. And that is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I do not understand how you can sleep with that. Like, I guess if you have smaller boobs, I guess it makes sense. But, like, for me... My boobs have known to, hit me in the face. So, but yeah, no, I can't do the bra in bed thing. I just can't.
Yeah, for the longest time, I didn't know you should take the bra off at night, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Until someone informed me, and then I'm like, oh. And at some point, I just got used to it.
Yeah, see, I can't.
So sometimes, most of the time I do, but also, like, being around people when I'm not wearing a bra... That's uncomfortable for me.
Well, yeah, like, I wear a bra when I'm out, but...
Well, not even just out. Just, like, at home, if I have to talk to people, it doesn't feel very comfortable for me. And it's probably because of comments from, like, my mother or something.
Yeah, well, your mother was not the nicest of people.
No, she was not.
Not the nicest human being. But, Anyway. So... Yeah, I don't know. I can't do the whole wearing a bra to bed thing, and it was just weird to me that she was. But TV, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you do when you work on a TV set.
Yeah,
and you just put on whatever outfit they say to put on, and wear your undergarments.
So then we get like a weird like push in on the clock that reads 1:05, and then it fades to change to 2:30. Like,
completely unnecessary.
Yeah, I really think that this episode was, like, stretching for time, and they're like, how do we put in a couple of extra seconds? Oh, I know.
It was, like, 6.
Yeah.
It was not a slow push in, and it was not and it was not a quick fade. It was a slow push in, and it was a slow fade.
Yeah. It was a very slow, like, deliberate scene change thing, and it was weird. And it wasn't really necessary because they never use it again.
Yeah.
So
not for the rest of the episode.
Yeah,
Although the tonal shift I enjoy. Like, everything shifts into red.
Well, yeah, because it goes into the dreamscape whatever, which was fine.
Dream hellscape.
Yeah.
So I get the red for that as well. But, like, they did this in Jessica Jones, too. Like, for the first couple of episodes.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Well, like, whenever... the Kilgrave character is referenced, or you're supposed to... She's, like, having kind of a quasi-flashback, sort of, like something is triggered. It shifts into purple.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it was very interesting, and I loved it.
I still haven't finished watching Daredevil.
Yeah.
Which is why I haven't started watching Jessica Jones.
Dark.
Yeah.
Just visually.
Yeah. But yeah, so we get a gloved hand turning on the light. Now here's my question.
It's a murder hand.
But see, here's my question. Why is he wearing gloves?
Aesthetic.
It's, like, legit.
Why does he dream up that fucking dreamscape? It's a 90s music video set. It's got the fog. It's on a rooftop. There's this weird tonal backdrop that's all one color.
Yeah, I know. But, I think...
This man is all about the aesthetic.
Yeah. My question about it was, like, why is he wearing gloves? Because, he's in your dream, he's going to kill you in your dream. But, like...
Well, first of all, he's not strangling
Do fingerprints transfer via dream? I mean, why is he wearing gloves? I just didn't understand it. Mm-mm. Other than just the creepy guy wears gloves. I guess so. And so, of course, he does the little, hello, Sky, in that, like, creeper way.
Okay, I want to know, was his voice affectation his decision, or did someone coach him to do that?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably director, like, coached. Yeah. I'm probably, I'm guessing.
Because they went for creepy, and oh boy, did they get it.
Yeah, and they went, like, over the top creepy with him, too.
Oh my god.
But I love my notes, because I was like, we see that it's the wheelchair guy. See? Told you he was a creeper.
Yep.
She starts freaking out. He covers her mouth. And then the line of, you're in my world now, Sky. Like... really? It's like the lines with this dude are like so
go
cheesy.
They're not just cheesy, it's just bad.
But the entire scene is like ADR'd.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that possibly the fog machine was a little too loud, because it's the only thing that makes sense.
Possibly.
Yeah. And Sky is now in a really pretty white dress.
Yeah, it was like the dress at the end of the first season of Buffy. Like her homecoming dress?
Yeah, a little bit.
It was white. It had that, like, scoop square neck thing going on. And she had the white scarf draped around just once.
Yeah.
And the French twist. It was very 90s.
Yeah. Because I think the French twist was totally, like, a 90s hairstyle
really
thing.
Was.
Like, it became
like
popular in the 90s.
Stewardesses and other professional ladies and shit.
Yeah. This is the best. So I write in my notes that Sky questions his ability to walk. And he goes, in dreams I can do anything. And this is literally my next line. Well, duh. Like, yeah, in dreams you can do anything. That's kind of the point. And then I write, they dance. And he is being Creepy McCreeperson.
Yep.
Which has become my new nickname for him.
Yeah. Just... I don't know that I've ever seen that actor do something that wasn't utterly creepy.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
I don't know if I've seen him in anything else, but I haven't looked him up, so I could have. And then he mentions that he can kill her in her dreams. And he says the line, did you know that if you die in your dreams, you die in real life? Now,
False.
First of all, that is not even remotely true.
Nope.
And second of all, that line is from Freddy Krueger, you plagiarizing shithead. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's him that I should be calling the plagiarizing shithead or the writers. But either way.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, you do not die in your dream.
No.
In your real life, if you die in your dreams. How do I know this?
I have died in my dreams many times.
I had one very memorable dream where I was at a public pool and some mad scientist decided he was going to release some sort of robot crab monster into the pool.
All right.
And I started fighting him. I die. I respawn as another child at said public pool.
Nice.
Fight. Die. Respawn a second time as a third child from this public pool. I think she was a little black girl with, like, braids.
Okay.
And one of those inner tubes. I don't know why I remember this. But finally, I defeat the crab robot monster thingy, and yay!
Yay!
But I died twice in that.
Yeah. I think one of the dreams that I remember dying in was... it started out as a good dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know how, like, sometimes when you get, like, woken up and you try and get back into the same dream, it changes?
Yeah. I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
There was one about a theme park with a T-Rex.
Yeah, right?
I have weird dreams.
Hey, I have weird dreams too. So this was a weird one when it first started. I was riding a marshmallow over a rainbow.
Nice.
As you do, right? And I was shooting a BB gun that was filled with coffee beans at the people who used to make fun of me in high school.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun. It was a great dream. I loved that one. And then, like, the phone rang or something in real life and woke me just enough out of the dream that it disturbed my sleep. And when I went back to sleep and went back into the dream, it had turned into not such a nice, happy dream. And I wound up, like, I ran out of ammo, and then my marshmallow started melting, and I fell through the clouds, and it was a whole big thing, and I hit the ground. And I died in my dream. And I legit, like, and it wasn't even a, like, hit the ground and then I woke up in real life. Nope. Died in my dream, and I'm sitting there staring at my dead body on the ground in my dream, and I'm going, well, that shouldn't have happened. And then I just kind of stood there. And I finally woke up a few minutes later and was like, well, that wasn't a good dream.
Nope. No, I've had dreams that I've decided, I liked that. I want to have that again. And when I dream it again, it changes slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had one that was like, I was at some kind of theme park and being chased by a T-Rex. Apparently a very slow T-Rex.
Well, you know.
And, you know, go through this place, and there's like an ice rink obstacle course with a bunch of mines.
All right.
And
as
then
you
through
do.
a forest with like a windy trail. And I think the first time it ends with us all holed up in some kind of dining hall. And the T-Rex has recruited 2 velociraptors who can morph into humans.
Oh my.
And they get us to go outside and we all get eaten. And then the second time I think I ran into the parking lot and managed to drive off.
Nice.
But yeah.
I would really love to see some fan art of that dream, because that seems like it'd be a fun time.
I have a lot of really funky dreams.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. That's actually fairly typical.
I think one of my absolute favorite dreams, and we'll come back to the episode in a minute, but I think one of my absolute favorite dreams ever was I was in a grocery store pushing a cart, and the guy next to me was a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy at the end of the aisle was a werewolf. And we meet up with the werewolf at the end of the aisle, and we're looking for the mummy. Because the mummy is around here someplace. He went to go get chips. Because we were getting snacks for our sleepover. That was my dream.
I love that. That's great.
And I've never dreamt it again, and I'm sad about it.
Apparently, the guy who plays this dream sorcerer shithole...
Creepy McCreeperson, yes.
Was in both Blade and Blade 2 as 2 different characters.
Well, why not?
That's fun.
Prosthetics are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that just says that I have seen him in other things, because I have seen both Blade and Blade 2.
Mm-hmm. He was also in Fast and the Furious.
I haven't seen that.
He was in another Fast and Furious movie.
I haven't seen that.
Fast 5. Oh, same character, apparently.
I haven't seen those.
He was on one episode of Seventh Heaven, same year he did Charmed.
Well, you know, as you do.
And Pacific Blue. I don't know what that's about, but Blade was apparently his first credited
Interesting.
role.
Good to know.
Very.
Very interesting.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Anyway, so now that we have digressed into dreams, we can come back to this one. So, the plagiarizing shithead with the Freddy Krueger line.
The false Freddy Krueger line, in fact.
Yeah. He backs her up to the edge of the very tall building that they happen to now be on. And then he mocks her, like, please don't hurt me. It's like, what a dick, you know?
Like, okay, so if he's visiting in her dreams, how does he know what she'll say? Like, he's just visiting.
Because...
he's not in control of her subconscious. He shouldn't be able to know that.
Right, but he can do anything in dreams, so he's basically making her say that, I guess. I don't know. But the line that really annoyed me, and this annoys me in real life when it happens, is... you rejected me and now you gotta pay. Fuck you, dude. Like, that is not how life works. Not how life works.
No, he's taking the friend zone to an unfortunately advanced conclusion.
Yeah. And it's sad because it actually does happen in real life.
Yeah.
Not people going into your dreams and killing you, but killing you because you rejected them. And it's
like, right then
sad
and there, they bring
scary.
a knife
yeah.
and ask you out, and if you say no, they stab you.
Yeah. It happens with girls, too. There have been a couple of girls who get rejected and then they stab people and they kill people, whatever. But, like...
overwhelmingly, though.
It is guys who become complete douche canoes and go crazy.
Yeah. Entitled Violent Douche Canoes.
Yeah. Like, and
it sounds like a band name.
Entitled Violent Douche Canoes. What would that cover band be for? Justin Bieber? Oh, sorry.
I feel like it would be more some kind of metal band.
Personally, though, I kind of enjoy Douche Canoes being a Justin Bieber cover band. I think that's hilarious.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, just put Douche Canoes.
Yeah. Douche Canoes is my Justin Bieber cover band.
Yay.
I like it. Anyway, so yeah, but I'd forgotten that was his entire reasoning.
Yeah.
For this bullshit. Like, yeah. But so he mocks her again and then pushes her off the building with bad CGI, but 98.
Yeah, I wrote dat fall though.
Dat fall though.
Yeah, and then he's laughing while she's falling, and then does the final ah!
Yeah. So this is the best part, right? So I write in my thing, I was like, we now see that he is in an ill-fitting suit. Should I start a tally of those along with the Rice-A-Roni streetcar and the attic door annihilation? I think we'd be up to at least 4 by now.
Oh, more.
That's why I said at least. But he does this weird crow-caw yell thing before we cut to the opening credits.
No, I think that was supposed to be her final hit.
No, that was him. It was absolutely him doing it. He absolutely made that sound.
I know he made the sound. What I'm saying is it was a continuation of his repeating what she's saying as she's saying it. Mm-hmm. And so I guess that was meant to be when she finally hits the ground.
Maybe? I don't know. I didn't take it that way. I literally read it as it was kind of like an outtake thing, but it just made him look creepier, so they kept it in because it was just weird. Yeah,
I think it was her hitting them. Which she wouldn't have made noise when that happened, so it didn't make sense.
Yeah. But. So we get the opening credits.
Dorian's in the opening credits. Yay!
And so we know he'll be showing up. Yay! And then a lovely shot of the river before showing us the bridge, because we can't forget where we are. And another view of the skyline, which I thought was an interesting angle. Mm. And I wondered where it was taken from. Because I don't think I've ever seen that angle before.
Which angle was this?
It was a behind the skyline angle. It was just...
I don't remember that one. I'll have to look at it again.
Yeah. I don't know. This is where I love my Rice-A-Roni streetcar, and it's just kind of become any streetcar is a Rice-A-Roni streetcar.
Yeah.
Because we see a streetcar, and we aren't shown the back side of it, but I'm adding it to the total because it counts. So far we have had 4 streetcars in 5 episodes, which isn't bad.
I think we get a double shot of streetcars, either this episode or the next one.
I know for a fact we get... in the next one,
2 passing.
We get 2 passing, and then we get a Rice-A-Roni streetcar.
Yeah.
So we get 3 in the next episode.
Yeah.
Stupid excited about it.
Oh, man.
I am legit keeping a total. I have a little tally piece of paper. We have Rice-A-Roni streetcars. So, we're up to 4. So now we cut back to the exterior of Sky's place. And Daryl is giving us her name and her age and where she worked and all that. And Andy says that every bone in her body has been crushed. Which will happen if you fall from a great height, I'm assuming.
Now, mind you, that would leave a mark.
Well, yes.
Even just the bones being crushed. No physical trauma, them imploding would leave you with some really horrific bruises.
Yeah.
But of course, they don't want to put her in makeup.
Yeah, no makeup at all. But, so Daryl says that the coroner said it's as if she had fallen off a 20-story building. But my question is, wouldn't the ME be the one to do that?
Yeah.
ME at the scene
they
of
haven't
crime,
examined her yet.
Coroner for the autopsy.
They've been taking photos.
Yeah.
How do they know all this information right now?
Yeah, this is why I don't understand why he said the coroner.
Her body didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
They could have literally had her carted off and say, I got a call from the coroner.
Yeah. But I don't understand. My thought was, isn't the medical examiner at the scene of the crime? Why is he saying coroner? I don't know. Maybe it's just a California thing. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Inspector.
Yeah, inspector. But then we get Andy saying, we're inside an apartment on the ground floor and her body hasn't been moved.
Right as he walks in front of a window to see a very tall building where you're clearly not seeing the ground floor, and you're clearly not seeing any of the buildings that would be around it, which means you're angled way up.
Yes. And I lovingly wrote, really, Andy? The view out the window would beg to differ?
Yep.
You have a view of the triangle building. I don't know what the building's actually called, but...
Yeah, it's the only one that's triangles and the balconies kind of jut out.
Yeah. So I always just called it the triangle building.
Yeah.
But, there's a view of that out the window, and it's, the top of that building. Not the middle of that building, the top of that building.
Yeah.
There's no way they're on the ground floor.
Nope.
And, also...
No bars.
No bars on the window, but that doesn't even come up now. That comes up a little later when he mentions there are bars on the window.
Oh, yeah.
Which, yeah. But... if you looked at the exterior of that building, there is no ground floor. Even the first floor is not on the ground floor.
I think it's a garage.
Yeah.
So are they using, the European ground floor or something?
I don't know, but even so, if you're on the first floor of that house, there's no way that you would have that view. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then we cut to the manor, and Piper is watching a workout tape, which is just hilariously funny.
Yes.
And she has this, like, red tank top on with her little black workout pants and the white gym shoes. And Prue is reading the paper, just sitting in one of the wicker chairs, which I do not understand how wicker is comfortable for anybody, but maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know. In her little low-cut blue top and black pants. She has the tallest fucking chunky heels. Now, I looked up their heights, because I'm only 5'6".
Yeah.
And you're, what, like 5'2"?
5'3"-ish.
Okay.
5'2", 5'3", somewhere in there.
So, after seeing their heels, because Shannon is wearing tall freaking heels, she's 5'4". And both Holly and Alyssa are both 5'2".
Yeah, they're tiny.
They're all tiny. The fact that they are all shorter than me is just hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny. It's like Sarah Michelle Gellar is like 5'1" or something like that.
Yeah.
She's super duper tiny too, and it's like, you know, Kylie Minogue at like 4'11". Like, it's just funny.
Oh my God,
all these short women. It's like, all right, got it.
I think Christina Aguilera is the same.
Yeah.
She's like 5'1".
Yeah, she's like, they're like super short. And so I just think it's funny. But the fact that she's wearing these like super duper tall heels, and she's already the tallest of the sisters, of the girls. Like,
She gotta rub it in because she's the oldest.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have a cute sister moment incoming. A CSM incoming.
Hashtag CSM.
Hashtag CSM.
Yeah.
Piper says, I give up 2 weeks and nothing strengthens but my temper.
And then she has this little, like, laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, manic laugh. It was great.
And Prue, looking at the tape, goes, you didn't read the fine print. $19.95 for the video and $20,000 for the plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Which was just
super on
great.
point.
It was totally true. Absolutely true. And they start chatting about random stuff, and including what's desirable in a man. And Phoebe comes in eating cereal.
Fruit Loops.
Was it Fruit Loops?
It was Fruit Loops.
Okay,
I wrote that down.
Got it. I knew it was cereal, and I knew it was colorful cereal, but I don't know cereal.
And she's
enough.
like holding it up right by her chin, just like spooning it in.
Yeah. Wearing a fuzzy pink top with little bow details.
Super fuzzy sweater.
And it looks like there's like a dark tank underneath it, so that's
Yeah.
kind of cute. And like navy blue pants, and again with the chunky heels, because chunky heels were the big thing in the 90s.
Yes.
And so Phoebe's idea of what's desirable in a man is tons of fun, lots of heat, no strings attached. Because Phoebe. Like there's no
she's
other...
the baby.
Yeah, she's
got to have that
whatever.
personality for conflict.
And then Piper says she wants romance and that she wants what Prue has. To which I ask, does Prue really have that? Because I don't see it. But
Well, it's Piper's skewed perspective of what Prue has. Because, you know, she and Andy were together when they were in high school. They're high school sweethearts. That probably has a lot of clout with Piper.
Yeah.
I don't think Piper had any dates in high school. I think
No,
that's
probably
mentioned
not.
in future seasons.
yeah.
Or something.
I don't know.
Her awkwardness as a child, I'm sure, is mentioned.
I don't know. I legit, like, right now, I can't even think of any seasons other than this one. So, I've been trying very hard not to, like, not spoiler stuff from later seasons, but, like, I've been trying very hard not to remember because I want it to be fresh in my mind. Mm-hmm. Every time I see it, be like,
That's not possible for me because I get lots of stuff mixed up in my head anyway.
Yeah.
And even if it's mostly chronologically ordered, stuff from this season will make me go, oh, hey, that reflects later.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I do have a couple of those moments.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just, for the most part, I'm trying not to remember. Like, I don't remember a lot of, like, the later episodes, like season 5 and beyond. I don't really remember them.
I think
very much.
season 4 and 5 might be the ones I watched the most, and so that's why I remember them.
Oh, yeah, see.
And I have a pretty good memory of season 6. Season 7, not really. Season 8, almost no memory.
Yeah.
But that was when I petered out, so.
Yeah. It's going to be fun when we get to those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But that won't be for a
Several
long
years.
time. Long time. So then we cut to the police station.
Where Andy desperately needs to tuck in his fucking tie.
Yeah.
Because, like, the bottom of the jacket is zipped. It's closed.
You mean buttoned, you mean?
No, it's a zipper.
Is it? I don't remember.
It's a zipper. The bottom of the jacket is zipped. The top is not, and somehow Andy's tie has been allowed to flop out of his jacket. It just doesn't look good. Andy, tuck in your goddamn tie.
See, I don't remember that. I just remember the exterior of the building was a different exterior shot than it was last episode. Because last episode we saw a parking lot, and now we get not a parking lot. That's what I remembered.
Yep. the one from last episode did seem like it was actually a police precinct. Mm-hmm. This one, not so much.
Not so much. But, again, San Francisco. So, yeah. So, we learned that Skye has massive internal hemorrhaging, and that her body literally imploded on itself. And apparently Daryl has seen this type of injury before on jumpers.
They don't typically implode, though.
They don't.
They rather explode.
Yeah.
Upon impact, in fact.
Yeah. But he says that the bodies are usually found on sidewalks for jumpers. And then they try and figure out if the body could have been moved. And this is when Andy says that all the windows had bars on them. To which I literally wrote in my notes, is he blind, stupid, or are the writers or set designers just moronic? Because first he says the apartment was on the ground floor when it clearly wasn't. Now he says the windows had bars when they clearly didn't. That is my notes.
I think just the writers did that, and no one bothered to make note of it when they were shooting. Hang on a sec, that doesn't fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
The scene in the apartment and the scene at the precinct were probably shot maybe different days?
Possibly, but still.
Because if they were shot the same day, then someone would be like, we were just at that set. There were no bars on this window. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. But you know that whatever's out that window is a green screen picture anyway, so...
So they would know there were no bars.
Yeah, or they could have at least, fixed it and made bars on the windows, or at least, I don't know.
Yeah, use some of that famously delightful 90s CGI.
Exactly. But yeah, so then we get the cute little moment between them of Andy saying it's not suicide, it's not death by natural causes, it only leaves one thing.
No. It leaves another thing. Accidental death by overdose.
Well, but I don't think accidental death by overdose would.
I know, but that's an option.
Yeah, but I don't think that would crush the bones.
I know that. But no, they were just going through the basic causes of death on a death certificate.
I guess so.
Which, accidental overdose.
I guess so.
Is a thing you can put on the death certificate. Didn't used to be, is now.
Yes. Might not have been in 98, so there you go.
True.
Yeah. But so then they both are like, murder! And Daryl goes, I hate it when we say that. And I literally wrote, then why did you go into homicide? Like, the whole point of your job is people being murdered. Why did you go into homicide?
They're in robbery homicide, though.
I guess so.
He was probably more into the robbery.
I guess so. But still.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Quake, and Piper is bringing a dish to a guy named Mr. Manford.
Yes, who has the most specific chicken order.
Yes. Chicken with rice and vegetables, just the way you like it. Chicken well done, light oil on the vegetables, and rice steamed dry.
How do you dry steam rice?
I don't know.
That does not seem like it would be at all appetizing.
Nope. But anyway, so Phoebe comes in, and then we learn that Piper is waitressing because Skye didn't show up.
Yep.
Now, this is where I want to know...
No one has been informed why Skye hasn't shown up.
Yeah, like, do the cops not call employers when employees are found dead? Is that not a thing that happens?
Yeah, they're supposed to call to say, hey, what happened last night? Mm-hmm. Was she working?
Yeah, exactly. And also, more to the point, wouldn't Andy call and let Piper know? Because he knows she works there, so shouldn't she be let in on this revelation?
Exactly.
Or am I just overthinking it?
Yeah.
Because...
Piper and Andy are friendly.
Exactly. I don't know. It was just a whole thing of, like, isn't this a thing that should be addressed? Of... Employee dies, we tell the employer so that they're not freaking out as to why their employee hasn't shown up.
Yeah.
Just common courtesy.
Yep, pretty much.
Anyway, Phoebe kind of ignores that. Says that she found a spell of how to attract a lover. Now, my first question, of course, was how is this not personal gain? And Piper mentions that as well. So that made me at least happy.
There's no way it's not personal gain. Mm-hmm. It's entirely personal gain. But they get to cherry pick what personal gain is actually personal gain on this show.
Well, yeah, it's a la convenience.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. But then I had, like I said, I had a couple of questions. The first one was, how is it not personal gain? Which Piper mentioned. The second one is it only meant to be used on other people? Because Phoebe tries to say the gain would be for the other person affected by the spell of lots and lots of happiness.
I want to bring happiness to people.
Lots and lots of happiness. And then I want to know, would one sister casting it on another sister be personal gain, or would it be helping others?
I think that might be actually escaping personal gain.
Uh-huh. That was my only thought.
For your sister.
Yeah.
If you cast it on someone else to help them attract a lover.
Yeah. So that was a thought process there of like, okay, if I give it to you and then you give it to me, it might work. And then my last question is, who put this spell in the book? Because where do these spells come from?
the ether, apparently.
Yeah, because would Graham have really put this spell in the book?
No, a lot of these spells, I know they talk about, like, you know, Graham's put this one in, but this one was put in, like, at the beginning, or...
Yeah, like, I don't know who would have put this spell in the book, other than the possibility of, let's teach them a lesson of how not to do love spells, because love spells are bad.
Yeah.
Let's give them a love spell that can be reversed at any time.
Yeah.
Which was a big caveat.
Yep. Also, okay, so when Phoebe is explaining the spell to Piper, Piper is being a busybody around the restaurant, and now she says they're short-staffed on waitstaff. She's doing food prep. She would not do food prep as a manager normally.
Well, but she wants to be
a
chef.
And waitresses definitely wouldn't have done food
prep. But she wants to be a chef. So I think being around the food was more of a Piper thing than a we're short on staff thing.
Yeah.
I really do.
So then that was obviously something she carved out for herself. Mm. They're short-staffed outside the kitchen. She probably wouldn't be doing that then.
Well, you know, a la convenience. What you gonna do? Though I do like the little moment, because Piper says that she thinks that, you know, she admits that it seems tempting, but maybe a little desperate to use a spell to bring love into their life, to bring men into their life. Which is true, but that's why I kind of was like, was this spell put in the book as a, this is why you don't fuck with love spells kind of spell? Because it's the only thing that makes sense. And Phoebe's like, oh, but it's empowering to ask for what you want. It's like, but you should be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a point about asking, but also, like, this is not really asking.
Yeah.
This is kind of flipping a switch.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get there when we actually get to the little moment of their little spells. But, like, they're asking for specific things that the second they started saying them, I'm like, oh, this is going to end badly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is going to end super, super badly.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't wrong, so there's that. We cut to the manor later that night, and Piper is now in a very high-cut gray sweater.
Yep.
With a cute little red checked apron. Super adorable. And she's cutting veggies in the kitchen. And Prue comes in, and they weren't expecting her because she had a date with Andy.
She sounded angry when she entered in. She was like, Piper!
Yeah, she sounded a little bit. But so Prue is wondering what they're doing. When Phoebe comes in holding the Book of Shadows, saying the spell calls for cayenne pepper instead of black pepper, notices Prue and goes, did I say spell? I meant recipe.
As she's holding the Book of Shadows.
It's like,
that
nice
is subtle as a brick there, Phoebes.
Super busted. It's very funny.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we can explain. And then there was a very nice kind of sitcom-y flash forward.
Yes. Because Piper was like rambling about the thing, whatever. It was, I can translate whip cut into the, you have got to be kidding. Like,
yeah.
That was a cute little, like, moment.
If they did the clock thing so they wouldn't be short on time, they could have expanded that.
Yeah, a little bit. But the difference there is that if they had expanded that, then we would have been hearing the same stuff again within, like, a scene of each other. So I understand why they didn't. Anyway, Piper's hoping that Prue would join them, but she says she has enough complications in her life. And then she also says, be careful what you wish for, which is exactly what I said.
Exactly.
I'm like, yup. And then we cut to the attic, and we see the cat.
Kitty.
Still don't have a name for the cat. We will in a bit, but we still don't have a name for the cat. Phoebe wants to know if Piper wants to go first. She says no, so Phoebe grabs her piece of paper. As you do, right? Yes. And then we have a cute sister moment, absolutely, of, you want a man who is single, smart, endowed.
Employed.
Oh, sorry, employed. Like, it's a cute little moment back and forth.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Phoebe can't help but laugh at Piper's list.
Because it's cute and
she's
cliche.
Ever the romantic. Yeah. I think it's sweet. And Phoebe's being a little bit of a bitch to her sister. Just a little.
She's teasing her.
Yeah. But then we get Piper's list, or Piper now reads Phoebe's list.
Which I swear must have been lifted from some kind of romance novel
synopsis. Absolutely. Because, yeah. This is where I was saying of the, you have to be careful what you wish for. She says, you want the sexy silent type, and I wrote down, so she'll wind up with someone who can't talk? That was my thought. Like, the silent type. Okay, so he's mute. Got it. But then he didn't wind up being mute, and I was kind of sad about it. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that was a joke they could have made.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, a man who appreciates scented candles, body oils, and Italian sheets. which, really?
Cheesy.
Cheesy. And they add in, some other cheesy stuff, and it ends with, and he recycles.
which that was a great running joke through the episode.
It was super funny. I liked that one a lot. That was cute.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
And they're just the cutest in that scene.
I like that scene a lot. It's one of my favorite scenes in the entire episode is this scene.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing this ending badly because they're going to get exactly what they asked for. These very specific things that they asked for.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently they're lucky because if they were men looking for women, the spell requires putting a piece of honey cake in a sweaty armpit for days. Which again makes me wonder who wrote this spell because seriously.
That's why.
Yeah.
Stupid. So stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And the spell, lazy rhyming.
Absolutely lazy rhyming. They rhymed the word bee, B-E-E, with the word bead, B-E. Like, why? Why did you have to rhyme bee with bee?
Well, they also rhymed the with the. No spelling change.
Yeah. Well, so they repeat the spell a couple of times, and then there's a bit of CGI with the table turning in, slow motion in the attic. Don't understand it. And then a poof of smoke, and everything's back to normal.
I think the CGI turning was more so that they could get the effect of the wind. They just put CGI around everything, and it just so happened that it didn't align with the attic as it normally is, I think.
I don't know.
That could have been it.
I really think it was a, the spell is working, kind of thing. But whatever. So they wonder if the spell worked, and then the phone rings, so they run downstairs. And Phoebe's wondering if the call is for her, but it seems to be for Prue. And guess what? It's wheelchair guy.
Person.
Yeah, it's wheelchair guy. How did he get her number?
Phone book?
Yeah. I literally, this is where I love my notes because I write to myself, how did he get her number? Phone book? You thought I was going to say a la convenience, didn't you? Because that's normally what it would be. It was a la convenience? But no, I'm assuming possibly the phone book. But whatever. Yeah. He reminds Prue of how he knows her, how they met, whatever, and asks her out again.
Which she already said she's seeing someone.
Right, and so she repeats that, and then asks how he got her number and her name, but he hangs up.
It's weird, because she doesn't repeat that she is seeing someone, she just says she's not available.
Yeah.
Which is enough of a word difference that I could see someone like him latching onto that and go, oh, see, she was lying.
Maybe, but I don't know. Like I said, I think that the whole storyline is just creepy, whatever, but yeah. Prue recounts the call for her sisters, and then Phoebe decides to go to Quake to see if the spell worked, and this has got to be a first. She's worn the same outfit all day!
Oh my gosh.
Prue says she's going to go take a bath, and then we cut to her in the bath with tons of candles around. And I'm like...
There was a line Prue had to Phoebe as Phoebe was going out. She calls her, "Hello, Missy May."
Oh, I don't remember that.
It stuck out. It was really funny and old-fashioned, and I thought it was cute.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that, but yeah, so we cut to her in the tub with tons of candles around. And I'm like, is this a thing that people do? Because I don't think I've ever had...
Fire hazard!
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had more than, one candle burning while I'm in the bathroom, and they're never near the water.
I never have any.
They're on, a counter.
If you're going to have a candle in the bathroom, it doesn't make sense to have it in the bathtub, so if you knock it over, it hopefully falls into the bath.
Well, yeah, but,
it would probably be more sensible to have it far away so you don't actually knock it over.
Exactly. And, I just don't understand, why is this tons of candles thing a thing? Is this just...
Aesthetic!
Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, Blue. She falls asleep in the tub, and we see Creeper Wheelchair Dude again.
With the fucking murder glove.
Yeah. I was again, does he think that fingerprints are transferring from dream to reality? Because I don't understand why the gloves. I really don't get it. But he does the whole mocking thing again, and she wonders how he's doing it, and he's all, I'm in your unconscious. And at this point is when I realized we still don't know his name.
This is true.
We have not been given a name for him at all.
Yeah. And she, pulls a towel into the bath with her. Which at the time bothered me because I didn't want the towel to get wet, which is a stupid thing to be bothered by.
Well, but see, I've done that. But that's, I have this thing with tubs is they're never deep enough.
Yeah.
I cannot have...
I know that feeling very well.
My entire body submerged. It doesn't happen. So I have actually done that. Bring a towel into the tub with me just so that my boobs and my knees are covered because otherwise they're out of the water and they're cold.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I dislike tubs. It's why I shower instead of taking baths because I can't
Yeah, and a hot tub doesn't solve the problem because it's not, like,
you can't clean. Yeah, and you can't clean yourself in a hot tub. It doesn't work.
Which is why I like to be in hot tubs where the bubbles aren't on. Because then I can just float.
Yeah,
and that's nice.
Float. I like to float in a pool. I miss swimming. I haven't gone swimming in ages. Mm-hmm. I have a pool in my apartment complex, and yet it's an outdoor pool, and I'm an indoor cat, so I do not go to it.
You're an indoor cat.
I am an indoor cat. Blue, did you really just fart in my face? Because I smell that right in my face. Blue. Anyway, so Prue tries to get control of her dream by repeating, "You're not real, you don't exist." And the creeper dude brings up that it was her mother who taught her how to do that when she was younger. So this is where we learn that he is in her subconscious.
He doesn't call her subconscious, he calls her
unconscious. Yeah, whatever. But so that's why he knows what she's going to say and all that. So it I guess it makes sense. TV land, a la convenience makes sense. But, and then he grabs a loofah, which was just, at first, the funniest thing ever was he grabs this fucking loofah, and I'm like, what? And he comes up onto her, and she's like, I can't move, why can't I move? And he goes, because I'm going to love you to death. I'm just like,
oh my god,
what is with the cheesy fucking lines? Dear. I just don't get it. And then he drags the loofah down her back.
And there's some super realistic blood trails.
And then he does the evil laugh, because, of course, evil laugh. And then he dunks her under the water and tries to drown her.
But, a la convenience.
As some might say.
Piper knocks
There's a knock at the door! Woohoo!
Piper opens it because apparently Prue was yelling.
Yeah, Prue was yelling. And this is when I realized, why is she wearing her necklace in the tub? It's like the only necklace that she ever wears. And she doesn't take it off?
Yep.
To go into the tub? Like, wouldn't it ruin it? I don't know. Again, maybe just a me thing, but like...
No, I had a necklace that I didn't take off in the shower. And then I learned very quickly, take that off in the shower.
Yeah, but see, that's my point. Like, you don't wear jewelry in the shower or in the tub because it's going to ruin it. I don't know. Whatever. So Prue gets out of the tub, goes over to the mirror, and that's when we see the scratch marks on her back. Ooh.
Scary.
Yeah, like, okay. And then we have a commercial break.
It's a bit of a continuity thing, because if falling off a building and hitting pavement doesn't leave any marks except broken bones, why would scratches leave marks?
Because he wanted them to, I guess? I don't know. So after the commercial break, it's now the next morning. Piper and Prue are in the kitchen.
In walks super 90s hunk.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I'm writing down the outfits, as I do. And now Prue is wearing a crop top. It was a little black crop top. It was covered by a dark brown like button-down shirt and pants that matched the overshirt thing. But there was a crop top under there.
Ah.
And I'm like, huh, I didn't expect that.
It must run in the family.
Yeah. And then Piper is wearing this like little like blue striped V-necky thing that shows her belly button.
Ooh.
And like blue pants that might be jeans, I don't know. But like
Ooh.
all of a sudden they're all like in these little crop toppy things. Like what the
crop
fuck?
Crop top day.
Yeah. I don't know.
Must be Thursday.
Yeah. And Prue is telling Piper about the marks on her back, which have apparently disappeared. And for some reason that line is ADR'd. Like they're indoors. Why did they need to add it to ADR it?
I don't know.
I don't get it. And then of course, Piper tries to say it's all happening because Prue's been working a lot. Prue says that she's changing the subject. And Piper doesn't believe her. They still haven't figured out that, anything weird happening to them is probably real because, they're witches. But, alright.
Well, even then, this isn't exactly supernatural.
I guess so, but I just...
From the description, it's easy to see, hey, this guy... This easily could just be a really, really, really bad nightmare. Piper's pretty reasonable. I can see that.
Well, I guess so. And I also think that because this episode, at some point, we find out how old Prue is, and that doesn't actually track with, how old she should be.
Well, yeah, because it was aired out of order.
Right, it's aired out of order again. But it wasn't so much that it was aired out of order, they put it out of order. Because this one and the next one were supposed to be... this one, I think, was supposed to be the third episode.
Uh-huh.
And then the next episode, that's actually the 6th episode, should have been the 2nd episode.
Yeah.
So they just put them in slightly different orders for no real apparent reason. I still don't understand why they changed them around.
Yep.
But when you're watching them and you realize where they should have been in the continuity, then it makes the continuity make sense. Yeah. Of the fact if this is supposed to be the 3rd episode, then it makes sense as to why they're still not knowing that their powers are the problem.
Yeah.
The bad guys are coming at them because of powers.
Well, Most cases. Not this case.
Yeah. This case, he doesn't even seem to know she's a witch.
Yeah.
Which kind of plays into her favor, but not yet.
Yeah, if he can, like, read her mind and learn all these things about her mother, somehow can't figure out she's a witch. She can move you with her eyes.
Yeah, you'd think so.
She can maybe, dare I say, throw you off a building.
Yeah. You'd think he'd have gotten that, but not so much.
I mean, it's a lot closer to the top of the subconscious than...
Well, and that's what I think is maybe the fact that because she was repeating that phrase over and over...
Oh, maybe, yeah.
That she was thinking about her mother, and that's why he was able to get that it was her mother that taught her that, I guess. But, you know...
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving the writers more credit than they're worth.
He's pulling on all the stuff.
Yeah. But... So Piper asks why Prue didn't use her power, and she just says, I don't know. It's like, okay. And then we get some bodybuilder type walking in wearing nothing but jeans and a belt.
Yeah.
He goes over to the fridge, grabs the glass bottle of milk, and drinks it, like, the most messy way ever, spilling it down his chest. Like, I know it's supposed to be for, like...
90s hunk.
Yeah, like 90s hunk. But, like, I legit was like, dude, you're wasting milk. Like, that's where my brain goes.
Yep.
Which says a lot about me, I guess. But we learn that his name is Hans as Phoebe comes in with his shirt.
Yep. And that apparently it was in the hammock.
Yeah.
Which
then
where
is there a hammock?
Piper and Prue look at each other and both mouth, hammock?
Which...
They don't know there's a hammock.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm assuming somehow that they maybe bought a hammock or they made a hammock.
A neighbor's hammock.
Yeah, I don't know. But... Phoebe's wearing, like, this cute... Again, with the spaghetti straps. But it's, like, this little, like, striped shirt in, like, shades of, like, orange. It was kind of cute. So, yeah. So they chit-chat a little bit about where the shirt was. And then they kiss. And then he's all, oops, almost forgot. And he walks back over and drops the glass bottle of milk, making sure that, that Phoebe can see him doing it.
With
drops
a
it into...
wink.
Yeah, drops it into the recycling bin. And then he kisses her again and leaves. And she has... We have this lovely little moment between the sisters of Phoebe going, don't worry, we had safe sex. A lot of safe sex. And Piper just is like, ew. Which, again, like, Prue just laughs at it and whatever, and it's kind of funny. And we cut to the police station, and Andy is bringing Daryl some FBI files, and we learn that 3 other women have died with the same injuries. And Daryl then says the ME says that they were all jumpers, but Andy mentions they were all locked in their rooms.
Yep.
So, of course, he thinks it's a serial killer, which, you know, it is.
I mean, it's a pattern.
Yeah. It's a pattern of a serial killer. I mean, it is. But again, here's my question of, why is it now the ME?
Yeah.
Like, why is it the coroner at the crime scene and the ME not at the crime scene? Like, isn't that backwards from, like, everywhere else? Including every other, like, TV show I've ever watched? I don't know. So, we cut back to Piper and Phoebe at Quake.
Mm-hmm.
Piper is now wearing a scoop neck, like, long sleeve shirt and a black skirt. And Phoebe is in, like, this white cream thing.
Like, sweater with a leopard print for a collar.
Yeah, it's, like, long sleeve, like, zippered up with, like, this fuzzy leopard. It's not just leopard, it's fuzzy leopard with her, like, black pants. Like, a lot of the time these girls are wearing, like, black pants.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine. I mean, it's a lovely fashion choice. But, like, yeah, I don't... Fuzzy collar. Like... Fuzzy leopard print collar has just got to be the weirdest so far.
Indeed.
So, Phoebe is then trying to explain why the spell worked, and Piper's trying to get her to be quiet, because she's like...
I don't think Oakland heard.
Yeah.
Which was a good line.
Yeah, it was really cute. And then we learned that, you know, Hans doesn't go to bars, to which I was like, isn't Quake a restaurant? Because she went to Quake. Like,
it's a bar at a restaurant.
I guess so, but, like, I don't know. And that he's never been to Quake. He was on his way back from acting class, which makes Piper laugh. And he got a flat tire on his motorcycle across the street, right? So he comes in to use the payphone, because payphones were still a thing that existed.
Yep.
And he bumps into Phoebe as she's coming out of the bathroom. And Piper says, he threw his clothes all over the house. That's not a spell, that's hormones.
It is. Because Phoebe's like 22.
Yes, she is barely legal to drink, so yeah. And, you know, Phoebe goes, no, it's not like that. I really like Hans.
And she says it very sincerely.
Yeah, and she's very excited because he likes her too, which, you know, it's super cute.
She's a little incensed at Piper saying it's just hormones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though Phoebe wants no strings attached, she's clearly like, oh no, but strings are fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, her little no strings attached thing coming up never.
Yeah.
Like, it actually is the complete opposite of that later,
it wasn't in the spell. It was in her description before they did it.
True, I guess so. She didn't actually put no strings attached in the spell. I guess you are correct on that, yes. So she runs over to Hans, who's still in jeans and a t-shirt. He lifts her up, which was just kind of adorable. He does a little spinny thing.
Yeah.
And then as they leave, Phoebe does this, like, cute little single finger kiss wave thing, which was super adorable.
Yeah.
Like, super adorable. I'm like, okay, fine. And then Piper brings food, the same bland chicken, rice, veggies combo to Mr. Manford.
Who's looking a little more casual.
Mm-hmm. Please, call me Jack.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. And I look, he's wearing a cobalt blue shirt that is surprisingly not ill-fitting.
Yes, and super fake glasses.
Yeah.
They've got glass. They don't have lenses.
Yeah, but that was also kind of a style.
And I think they were probably the same glasses that Roger was using in the first episode.
Possibly.
They were round and wireframe.
Yeah. I don't remember.
So I think chances are good.
Yeah. I don't remember because I've tried to block Roger out of my brain. Fucking Roger.
My image of Roger is with the really thin pen ink on his face.
Yeah.
I like that image of Roger.
That is a good image. Personally, I like the image of him getting choked with this tie.
This is true. With the leg. So you like the image of the legs up behind the desk. And that's it.
Absolutely. It's just kind of funny. Where I don't have to stare at his face. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool things. But anyway, so he feels compelled to get to know her. Which there's that word of compelled. Yeah, that's 'cause spell.
Yeah. Compelled. Compelled.
Yes. And she wonders if he's been drinking, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah. Because at this point, she's assuming it didn't work because it didn't happen immediately.
Right.
Which, as we learn with the spell, it takes time and it gets more intense as it goes.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, she was at home the night before, so it wasn't like, she didn't go to Quake, so it wasn't like, this was going to happen to her the night before. It's happening to her now. So, there's that.
Although, in the end, it's very interesting because Phoebe basically just gets Hans. Piper has a bunch of guys.
Yes.
Okay, up! Come on! Good boy.
So,
Piper has a bunch of guys. Like, there was 3 in this scene, I think?
Yeah.
And then later, with the flowers, she gets many more responses. And that may be just based on what her description was. She goes full romantic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, she goes cliche, generic romantic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phoebe lifts the plot out of a romance novel.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little more specific. It might be... Actually, with the recycling thing might have cinched that to just one guy in the Tri-County area.
Yeah, could be. But I do like the fact... So Jack now asks her to have dinner, and she's like, hold on. Goes over to the bar to call Prue, and that's when another guy comes up going...
Very tall guy.
Yeah, you shouldn't have dinner with that guy, because you should fly to Paris with me instead. And I'm like...
And she laughs like, I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah, like, she is, like, legit just like, oh my God.
And then tells whoever it is at Buckland's that it's an emergency.
Yeah, it was super cute. And then we cut to Buckland, because why wouldn't we? And we get Rex coming in and changing what she's working on, so now she's going to be stuck at the office all night.
Yeah.
A la convenience.
Her glasses are super, like, cute and studious. I love them.
I do kind of enjoy her glasses.
I mean, I know we've seen them... Have we seen them before?
I don't know if we've seen them before. I know we'll see them again.
Oh, yeah. We definitely see them in the next episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're just adorable. And
I just wonder, like, because I wear glasses all the time, it's always odd to me when someone doesn't wear glasses all the time. They either, they need them for reading, and so they put them on when they're reading, and then they take them back off. Like, it's just always weird to me. Because I need my glasses all the time.
Yeah, I pretty much only take mine off for sleeping. Mm-hmm. And if I'm lying down while watching something, because then my astigmatism fixes itself a little, and then they just get slightly uncomfortable to look through.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah. I take my glasses off when I go to sleep or when I'm taking a shower.
That too. I do take them off for showers.
That's it. And even then, sometimes, like if I decide I'm going to shave my legs that day, which I rarely do, but if I decide I'm going to, then I'll wear my glasses until I'm done shaving my legs, because otherwise I can't see anything.
Yeah. Your legs look perfectly hairless.
Yeah, exactly.
They look like weird fleshy sticks.
Yeah. They're just little peach toothpicks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But anyway, So yeah, so we learned that Prue's stuck at the office all night.
Does Rex come in with a cable knit sweater?
I honestly don't remember.
It was a cream-colored sweater. And I could have sworn it might be cable knit, but it was like a weird pattern.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Look
it up real quick?
No, it's fine.
Okay. I honestly don't remember because for the first time, I didn't write down what he was wearing because I just didn't care enough.
For the first time in forever, I got to monitor the outfits.
Yep. But yeah, so we learned Prue's going to be stuck at the office all night, and then we cut back to the house, and now it's nighttime. Mm-hmm. And Phoebe is lacing up these, like, strappy heel things. Yeah. I'm like, those are kind of cute.
There's nothing I don't love about these outfits.
Yeah,
these girls really look so on point. I love it.
Well, because now she's in the dress, but now she's in the dress from the promo pictures.
Oh, yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, it's like the deep wine color with like the filigree accenting in it.
Oh, Phoebe or Piper?
Phoebe.
Okay, because Piper's was blue, and I swear that was a promo.
Yep, it is. Yeah, they're both wearing it.
Yay!
Because Prue was wearing hers earlier, and now Piper and Phoebe are both wearing their promo one. So Phoebe's is the deep wine color with the filigree black accenting stuff. And Piper's is like a dark blue with like a sheer edge and like lighter blue flowering on the bust, which was super cute. I'm like, okay, I like that. So we learned that Jack has stayed through the entire lunch shift, has talked Piper's ear off, and had her laughing at all his stories, you know, as you do.
Yeah.
And then somehow convinced her to have coffee with him. Now, I want to know if they're down a waitress, and she still doesn't know why they're down a waitress, because still hasn't been told that Sky's dead, right? Like, how was she able to, like, chat with this guy all day? But that's
he was probably in passing.
Probably. And then Phoebe invites them to go dancing at Rave with her and Hans. So there's apparently a club called Rave.
Of course there is. Rave, Quake, every venue in San Francisco, according to Charmed, is one syllable long.
Mm-hmm. Or at least just one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be one syllable.
No, not necessarily. Well,
you can't exactly have two words being one syllable.
But you can have one word be multiple syllables.
True. But so far, we've only seen one word, one syllable.
Very true. But Piper says, if our dinner date lasts as long as our coffee break, we wouldn't make it there till closing. Which was cute. I'm like, all right. And Phoebe thinks it's working great, and Piper's like, yeah, but as soon as Phoebe leaves, she has this look on her face like, I'm not so sure.
Yep, because Piper's the doubter.
Mm-hmm. And then we cut to a dream lab.
That is very appropriately CGI.
Yeah,
because they couldn't find an actual building?
Yeah, it was very much a weird-looking building, too. But apparently at a dream lab, they pay people to sleep. I want that job, please.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. Well, you can do sleep studies. I don't think they pay you, but you can do sleep studies.
Well, if they're not paying me, then what's the point?
I don't know if they might compensate you somehow, but it's not like really good pay. It's just like, hey, we can study your dreams because we always need more data.
Yeah. Well,
you go there, you sleep.
My sleep is weird anyway, so they'd get all sorts of readings from me, let me tell you.
Yeah, I don't sleep so well without that one in the bed. Although, because it's so small at the new place, his crate is on my bed, and sometimes he'll go and sleep in it.
Hey, you know.
I know, it's fun.
Yeah, why not? So, Andy and Daryl are there to see Mr. Berman.
Creepy McCreeperson.
Yeah, so we now have a name for him. We learned that he dated the first victim, and so far that's the only thing they've got in this case. So the first victim was Julie Derrickson.
Yep.
And she worked at the Dream Lab and was paired with Mr. Berman on an experimental project.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then, I love my notes. Mr. Berman shows up and we see that it's creepy wheelchair guy. Who didn't see that coming?
With a little white mock turtleneck.
He's wearing a white turtleneck, just as all creepy supervillains do, right?
Yep. It's not even a full turtleneck. It's a mock turtleneck. It's like an inch of fabric.
Yeah.
It's not a turtleneck.
Well, technically, I think
it's completely ineffectual keeping your neck warm.
I don't know.
It's not. It's like
I don't know. Okay, the only mock turtlenecks I know of...
if a crew, we got turtlenecks. If you circumcise a turtleneck, you get a crew neck. You do not get a mock turtleneck.
Oh my god, that's an image.
Well, yeah.
The only mock turtlenecks I know of are turtleneck necks that have no sleeves. It's like
I don't call those mock turtlenecks.
Yeah. I used to have one of those. It was my sleeveless turtleneck.
I hate those. My mother had a ton of
them. I hated it. I hate turtlenecks in general because I don't like anything on my neck that way.
Sometimes my t-shirts will be just too close to my neck and I'll get like...
Oh yeah, you gotta pull it down and like stretch out the collar. Oh yeah, I do that all the time. But yeah, no, I had one turtleneck that had no sleeves and it was just weird. It was weird. It was very weird. So, we now learn that not only is his name Mr. Berman, that his first name is Whitaker.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
It's like, I will still call him Creepy Wheelchair Guy, or Creepy McCreeperson. Yeah. And he shows him a picture, and he identifies it as his girlfriend Julie, and he has like...
the same goddamn creepy tone.
Yeah, he has like the most monotone voice. Yeah. He has like the most weird monotone, like no emotion voice. It's weird. And
strange because he's clearly trying for an emotion in this bit.
Yeah.
Not working. Nope.
They ask him where he was when the second woman died, and he says he was in the lab. And I will admit, we do get a funny little moment of Daryl's like, can anyone confirm that? And he goes, a night's worth of data, 2 scientists, and a lab technician.
Shall I have them paged?
Yeah. I'm like, okay. But then he does this like weird like rub my fingers over my forehead and down my face thing, but we get a continuity error because when we cut to the wide shot, his other hand is the one in his face. Continuity master, man. It's a job. They needed one.
You would be very good at the continuity master.
I really would.
Although sometimes you can't help it.
True. I know. I do understand that sometimes that's fine. But we cut back to Quake, and Piper is now having dinner with Jack, and she's like trying super hard to like
gross him
out. Yeah, when she's stressed, she gets hived into weird places. But the line she says after this, but that's nothing compared to when I panic, which I thought was very funny.
Very.
And like, I wrote in my notes I want to know why this is dinner conversation. Well, if I had just kept watching.
Yeah.
He thinks her honesty is refreshing, and it helps me keep my ulcer under control. Which now made me realize, she's trying to drive him away. But he comes back with the line of, it's the 90s. Is there anyone who doesn't have one? Which was really funny. Like, okay.
And a very thing of the 90s where everyone's complaining about their ulcers. I remember seeing that on TV a lot.
Oh, yeah. Because I think ulcers, like now, in 2016, the disease of the year is diabetes.
Is it?
Kind of. Like, if you have, like, all the commercials are about diabetes, and everyone on TV, their disease is diabetes, and,
I have not... Maybe it's because I haven't been watching TV, but I've not been seeing any of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of diabetes talk happening, like, last year and this year. So I think in, like, the 90s, the ulcer was the thing. But, And then, so it's the, do you want to see my tattoo? Would you like to see mine? Tattoos aren't a big turn-off, are they? Oh, wait. 90s.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, they're covering up Alyssa Milano's tattoo.
Yeah,
Tattoos
they still are
a turn-off. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because don't you know you can't reverse that. It's gonna look super horrible when you get older. Yeah. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, one of my friends got a tattoo of a bee, like the little, buzz, buzz, honeybee.
Yeah.
On his arm. I think he got it when he was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
He is now 30-something. It has now turned into a fat little honeybee. And it is the funniest thing.
Come here. Come here.
So, yeah, she's like, is there nothing I can say to turn you off? And he's like, there really isn't. Which is kind of strange, actually. And then she tries to be like, no, you're under a spell. And
but before she can say spell, he kisses her.
Yeah. Like, oh, all right. And this is where we get the guy at the bar giving her the finger guns, the guy at the pillar who tips her champagne flute at her, and the guy behind her with the white rose. Hey there.
I remember seeing more than one white rose. I think there was one on the table where they were eating.
I don't know.
Because they wrote down all these white roses. Like, there was multiple.
I only remember the one that the guy behind her was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was... She does her adorable little nervous laugh because... Piper.
Yeah.
The most adorable little nervous laugh. And then we cut back to the Dream Lab, and creepy wheelchair guy, which I have in my notes put down as just CWG.
I would do C McC.
Yeah, creepy McCreeperson.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's getting into a chair. He wants double the dose of whatever drug he normally takes, so he'll get to REM sleep quicker and stay there longer.
Okay, so it may be his grant, which is what he tells them when the assistant hesitates.
Yeah.
But you can bet that if they're violating medical ethics, they can stop him.
Oh, absolutely.
They can walk out, they can refuse to help, and since he can't operate the machine while he's in the chair, he's out of fucking luck.
But, TV.
Yeah.
A lot of convenience. They help him out. But he says, set the dream inducement system to level 12. And I legit, in my notes went, had he said 11, I'd have made a Spinal Tap joke.
No, his spine's already been tapped.
Oh. High five. Okay. Anyway.
And apparently the reason they don't want to go to level 12 is because they haven't gotten the results from level 8.
Yeah. And I wrote, he goes, but it's his grant and experiment, so he doesn't give a shit. Set the machine and give me the shot. And I'm like, well, fucking shoot him already.
Yep. So naturally, we cut back to Buckland's.
Because a la convenience, Prue has fallen asleep at her desk.
Yep. And as we pan around the desk, everything shifts to red.
Well, yeah,
we get a nice Instagram filter. And we're in the dreamscape.
It's a bad Instagram filter.
Yep. It's no lark.
I'm sure someone gets that joke. I don't get that joke. I am always #NoFilter, so,
that's the only one I can remember offhand.
Isn't it one like Hudson or Houston
or
something?
we used Hudson for one earlier.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, I like Hudson. Hudson's fine. I think there's one that's Venetian or Venusian.
I don't know. I'm not a filter person. I've never understood the filter thing. I'll do Snapchat filters, because those are funny. But anyway, a la convenience, Prue's asleep at her desk, and he is now in her dream.
Yep.
And they're now in a rooftop, and she can't move from her chair because...
Back at that 90s music video set.
Yep. And she can't move from her chair because he doesn't want her to. Oh, alright. And then we get the name Dream Sorcerer out of him, which is the title of the episode.
I don't remember him saying that. I remember her saying it later.
Nope, he said it to her.
Okay.
I am the Dream Sorcerer. Fuck you,
my
dude.
God. Just this man is so fucking entitled and full of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into women's dreams to punish them for rejecting him, and he calls himself the Dream Sorcerer.
Yeah, really? Could you come up with anything better? No? Alright. But then he threatens, Piper and Phoebe and any other single woman out there. So Prue says she'll stay, in the dream, whatever. And he says it's too late. That she's already falling asleep. Wasn't she already asleep?
Yeah.
How is she falling asleep?
Although, I have to give him kudos for materializing a nice handicap ramp. That's the only kudos I'm ever giving him.
What?
It was a nice handicap ramp. It was the right grade.
I don't remember a handicap ramp.
Yeah, he pushes her up it while she's in the chair.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, I do vaguely remember that. And then we get the lovely moment of he goes, "Can I sing you a lullaby?" And she's all, "I don't think so." And then she kicks him in the groin and stabs a letter opener into his hand.
Yeah.
I was yeah.
Get
she
it,
must
girl.
have grabbed the letter opener off the desk. I don't remember seeing her do it, but she must have done it.
I think I remember seeing that.
I vaguely remember it, but...
I think she grabbed it right when he came in before it materialized to being the rooftop.
Yeah, probably. And then, he screams and tries to throw her off the roof, but the phone rings and wakes her up.
Saved by the bell tone.
Uh-huh. And it's Andy. She thanks him for calling her. And, this is where, in my notes, I wrote that he says, "I just wanted to hear your voice." And I wrote, "Romantic and useful. Good job."
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Yeah, good writing.
Yeah. And then as she gets off the phone, a hand reaches out to touch her shoulder, and she turns around with the letter opener held like a dagger.
Yeah.
Which was yeah, I would totally have done that. And then we see that it's Rex. And he goes, "Bloody hell!" In case you forgot, he was British.
Yeah. But also, good pun, because it's a bloody letter opener.
It is. We see her hand and the letter opener both have blood on them. And then we have a commercial break, as you do. And we cut back to the police station after the commercial break. And Daryl is trying to figure out why Andy thinks that creepy wheelchair guy is a suspect, because he's in a wheelchair and supposedly has no motive and has an alibi. And Andy says that his research is in dream leaping, so he has the ability to go into other people's dreams. And Daryl is, of course, a skeptic because Daryl is a skeptic. Yeah. And then Andy says he's only doing it to women who have rejected him. How do we know that for sure?
They only know about Julie.
Yeah, they're positive about Julie because we learned that Julie broke up with him while they were driving somewhere.
Causing a car accident.
Which is why he's paralyzed.
Yes. Probably because he was driving and freaked the fuck out.
Because she rejected him.
Some bitch. And he decided that he was going to crash the car, or maybe he just got so angry that it happened anyway. And I guess she was fine, but he was paralyzed.
No.
They said the day after he went back to work, she died. She did not die then.
Oh.
Because he had to kill her in her dreams.
So yeah, she dies the day he goes back to the lab, and then 6 months later, 2 more women die by being crushed in their sleep. First of all, why 6 months? Like, what happened that he was perfectly fine for 6 months?
Yeah.
And then what triggered it 6 months later? That's, what I want to know. But we'll never find out. But we do get the cute moment between Andy and Daryl of Andy goes, coincidence? You tell me. And Daryl's all, love to, can't. Which was cute. Like, I like their rapport back and forth. They have a nice rapport. Like, they have a nice partnership thing. What?
I have written down... Now who's dreaming? And it happened sometime after the phone, I think. But before this next scene with all of the flowers. I think it must have happened at the precinct. Yes, Daryl said it.
I don't remember that.
Daryl said it to Andy about Andy's theory or something. That he's got like, now who's dreaming.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a good line.
Okay, yeah. I liked the love to can't line a little better, I guess. But, yeah. Now that I remember that line, yes, it was very cute.
Yes. Very topical.
Yep. And then we get a nighttime skyline shot. And Phoebe walks into the manor with, I'm home. Because, why not?
Well, I mean, how else is she going to know who's at the door?
I guess so. And we see many flowers and cards. And
so many flowers.
Apparently chocolate, because Phoebe grabs a piece of chocolate as she goes by. And they're placed around the room. Piper is in the other room, which I lovingly wrote, in a blue-ribbed sweater, holding a mug that is probably empty.
Yeah.
Because, Phoebe says that she's home early, meaning Piper home early, and wonders if she and Jack had a fight. And Piper says, I wish. The flowers were all waiting on the doorstep when I returned. They're from men I barely know, and men I've never met. So once again, how are people getting their fucking address? Like,
phone book. Yellow pages, baby.
I guess so, but... Yeah. I don't know. The flowers that are in the room that they are now in are all for Phoebe, which, And then we learn that Hans wouldn't leave her alone all night. And the way she says the line of, he kept touching me.
She's sick of him.
Yeah, well, you wanted a guy, you asked for him. And then every other guy in the club was apparently also hitting on her. So she ditched Hans and came home. And she asked how Piper's date went. And apparently it was perfect. And she goes, even my faults are perfect. It's like, all right. And then we get a lovely little sister moment because Phoebe wonders why that's a bad thing. And Piper's like, because she knows it isn't real.
Yeah.
That it was just because of the spell and she thinks that what they did isn't right.
Yeah.
Which, I will admit, I think that's the point of the spell.
Really is.
And then the cat comes wandering in, and Phoebe mentions that even the cat has been affected, because the cat was in the attic with them when they cast the spell, and we see out the window that there are at least 3 strays pawing to get in.
I would have loved to be on set that day.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
And we get one of my favorite lines from Phoebe is, go away, you horny tomcats. I'm like, all right. So, So now we know the cat that they have is a girl.
I think they kept calling her.
Yeah, we kind of knew that, but now we're positive of it,
Yeah.
And then, Piper's like, let's reverse the spell, and they get a nod, and so...
Well, there was something she says during this scene that I really enjoyed. Love is a magic between 2 people that can't be explained.
Yes.
And it cannot be conjured.
Yes. Which was a really sweet line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well delivered, well written. I enjoyed it.
Yes. So they say, let's reverse the spell. That gets a nod from Phoebe. And then the phone rings. And it's Prue, who's still at the office. And she tells Piper that the man in her dream tried to kill her again. And that she's only safe if she stays awake. So Piper, logically, tells Prue to stay where she is and that she and Phoebe will come pick her up. But Prue, being Prue, doesn't listen to them.
No.
Because she doesn't want to stay at the office anymore.
I understand her reasoning, because she doesn't want to stay in the office because something just happened here. It's very traumatic. She wants out. Also, she's afraid if she just stays there, she's going to fall asleep again.
I get that, but that's when you're in the office, you just start walking around. You can't fall asleep if you're moving.
I know, but
you can absolutely fall asleep if you're behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah.
But if you are walking, a little harder to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. So I would have just started walking around the office and been like, okay, get here as fast as you fucking can.
Yeah.
But, Prue
it makes more sense the way Piper is doing, but I get why Prue wouldn't have wanted to.
I guess so. Whatever. So she tells Piper to check the Book of Shadows for Dream Sorcerer, and then hangs up. And then we cut to Piper and Phoebe in the attic, and they have now changed clothes.
And Piper is wearing some button-down sweater that looks like it should have a shirt under it.
Yeah. I don't know. And Phoebe is wearing this pink top with a line detail on the torso, tucked into her black pants. Was that a style in the 90s?
Oh, right, the ribbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ribbed below the bust. What the fuck was with that?
I don't know. It was an interesting shirt.
It comes back in the next episode.
It does. It does. And not on Phoebe. And I remember I wrote that in my notes for next episode, too.
I did, too.
Yeah. But was that the style in the 90s, to tuck your shirts into your pants?
Sometimes.
Because, I don't remember doing that. I'll do that now, if I have an overshirt and an undershirt, I'll tuck the undershirt in. But, I don't know. But the Book of Shadows has nothing on Dream Sorcerers. And Piper's like, the Book of Shadows has never let us down.
Well, I mean, it's been, 5 episodes?
Well, and this should have been the third.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the fact that it's never let you down is not exactly a statistical surety.
Very true. But that's when Phoebe says, maybe he's not a demon, maybe he's immortal. And as they're discussing this, the phone rings again. And now it's Prue calling while driving.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a thing that was outlawed back then.
Yeah.
Because cell phones were still new. And so calling while driving was not a, don't do this, blah, 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 kind of thing. And so Piper and Phoebe come running down the stairs. Piper answers the phone. And Prue asks if they found anything, which they did not. And asked them to keep talking to her.
Why isn't there a phone upstairs?
I don't know.
There's one in the kitchen. There's one in the front room.
Yeah.
There should be one somewhere upstairs.
You'd think so, but it's an old house. Maybe there's just no phone jacks up there. And they added them downstairs, but not upstairs. I mean, it's an old house. So I kind of get it.
You'd think you'd have one in the master bedroom.
Also, it makes for good,
True.
storyline plots of they have to run downstairs.
I know. Yeah. But it takes a long time to run down a lot of stairs like that. I would know.
It does indeed.
Yes. It would
take longer to go up the stairs.
It takes me longer than 10 seconds to get from the attic down to here. Yeah. Longer than 10 seconds. Maybe 20.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 10 and 20, I think.
I've never tried to do that, so
well,
I don't know.
It would probably take me longer, though.
Yeah, I'm a slower stair taker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so Prue asked them to keep talking to her to make sure she doesn't fall asleep. But that's the wrong thing to do. She should be the one to keep talking.
Yeah.
If they're talking at her, that's not going to keep her awake. But if she keeps talking, then she might not fall asleep.
Yeah, you ask them to do memory games.
Yeah,
you ask them to recite something where they have to think.
Exactly. Well, then Phoebe gets on the phone and tells Prue to roll down the windows and turn on the AC.
She takes charge. I like that.
Yeah. Well, because you can tell that she's been through this before of trying not to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So it's, roll down the windows, turn on the AC. Those are all things absolutely that you do.
Wait, no. Don't blast the radio.
Yeah.
Why would you turn on the AC and roll down the windows?
Because then you're getting wind from both sides, from inside and outside.
Okay.
It actually does wake you up, and cranking the radio does wake you up, because singing along with the radio and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
But so she does.
No, I've done that. I've done that on car trips where I've sung along with something. If I'm singing, I'm staying awake, and very rarely has it not worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
In which case, I find a gas station, I get a Monster.
Yeah, see, and I don't do caffeine, so that doesn't work so much for me.
Yeah.
And if even the only caffeine that I might do, if I absolutely need it, is I'll do a 5-hour energy shot, because that's mostly just B12.
Yeah.
But if I'm far enough that I'm falling asleep behind the wheel, that's not going to help me.
Yeah.
That, what I need to do then is just pull over and go to bed. That's what needs to happen. But, so she tells her at first to crank the stereo and then thinks better of it. And apparently they have a road trip song that they sing in the car.
The road trip song.
Yeah, she never gets around to singing it. So, and then,
Hans.
as you do, Phoebe's like, everything will be fine, nothing's gonna happen. And then, of course, Hans comes pounding on the door.
Yeah, and you can see him
because he has to see her. Rah, rah. Like,
you can see her through the window.
Yeah, I know. And she yells at him to go away, which I really don't understand. Like, she didn't break up with him. She just kind of ditched him. So, like,
I understand because he's banging on your door, yelling. That's not the kind of person I want to interact with.
Well, no, I get that. But, like, just yelling at someone to go away, that's not exactly how you deal with that.
Well, and they're also dealing with something.
I guess so. But, so, somehow he gets the door open because...
I think he probably kicks it open, they just don't show it.
Yeah, I don't know. But now he's wearing a plaid shirt over his t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
First time we see him in plaid.
Yeah, now he's a lumberjack instead of a bodybuilder.
Yeah, he's not okay.
No, he's not okay. He's a lumberjack, but he's not okay. But he's upset that she left him at the bar. And I was laughing because he tried to slam the door... but it bounced back open, and I wrote in my notes, looks like they need a good handyman, wouldn't you say?
Yep,
absolutely. And then we get cuts back to Prue in the car, trying not to fall asleep.
See,
softly calling for Piper and Phoebe, because there should be still on the phone with her.
Yeah, like, okay, you know she can hear it, because when you flash to her, you can still hear the conversation they're having through the phone.
Yeah.
And it's loud, and it's alarming. This would definitely keep me awake better than the road trip song.
Yeah.
I would be extremely worried as to what was going on.
Yeah.
I would be yelling through the phone, guys, tell me everything is okay. What's happening? What's going on? Like, nah, nah, nah.
Exactly.
And I would be so filled with anxiety that it would just immediately, like, tick up whatever hormone I had.
Yeah.
And I could not fall asleep from that point.
Exactly. You would get adrenaline.
I would then be pumping the gas to get home faster.
Yeah.
And worrying about what was going on at home, because clearly shit's going down. I need to be there for it.
Absolutely. But, so, she's softly calling for Piper and Phoebe. It's not working. And now Wheelchair Dude is in her car. And I wrote in my notes, why didn't she sing the stupid fucking song? But an oncoming horn wakes her back up. And now...
Brights.
Yeah. And so now she's louder about asking for Piper and Phoebe, but they're dealing with Hans, yelling at them in the hallway of the manor. They go running up the stairs, Hans grabs one of the flower vases and goes to throw it at him, and that's when Piper freezes him. And now they remember that Prue was on the phone, but we cut to her in the car, just as she drops her phone, and back at the manor, they try to grab the phone off the floor, and they try yelling for her.
But too late, she's already asleep.
Yep.
Creeper's in the car, helping steer the wheel.
With the evil laugh. Well, he's helping steer the wheel because then we get the image of the pole.
Yeah, we get the image of the pole. We do not actually see the crash.
But I think we hear it, maybe?
I think we hear it, like, cut out abruptly.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually hear the crash. But then you cut back to the manor where the phone is saying that this
not responding or outside the calling area.
Yeah.
Which I really don't think that anyone who didn't have phones back in that day, like, know that was a thing that happened. That your phone could just be not in a calling area. Because now we have, like, cell phone towers fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
They didn't back then.
But no, that is new. I feel like that was the thing that would happen if, like, your phone was unable to receive calls.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely would.
Or, like, when it gets disconnected or something.
Yeah.
So this would definitely be it being disconnected.
Yeah, absolutely. So they get that message, then we cut back, and we see the car has now hit the pole.
Yeah.
And Prue is somehow still awake.
Well,
trying not to fall asleep.
Quasi-awake.
While laying against the airbag.
She's semi-conscious. She's like, don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep.
Well, yeah, because then we cut to the emergency room, and she's being wheeled in, and she's still trying to stay awake. We get a bunch of medical jargon, most of which actually made sense to me because of my days in the hospital.
Well, because they also didn't need a whole lot.
Yeah. A lot of letters happening.
Stat.
Yeah. CT, MRI, blah, blah, blah. Like all these,
Yeah, that's stuff that would happen
CBC.
MSNBC.
But CBC, complete blood count. That one I know a lot of.
PQR. STU.
SMRT. I mean SMART. Anyway.
SMRT. Smart.
Yes. Anyway. But yeah, so lots of medical jargon, and then Prue is unconscious. So now we get creepy wheelchair guy in her subconscious, in her mind, whatever, and Prue is trying to dial her phone inside her head. Like, that's not gonna work, you know?
It's funny, though. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. And then...
Is she wearing the dress at this point? I don't think so. Maybe?
No, she's not in the dress yet.
Okay.
Not in the dress yet. But yeah, he's... The line that he has is, "You really hurt me last night, and not just my feelings."
Suffer.
Yeah. Well,
I liked that.
And apparently the Netflix subtitles say sucker, which made me laugh. I'm like, that is not what she said. She said suffer. Not. I know for a fact she said suffer, and I'm half deaf. Like, and I still knew it. But so she's still trying to dial her phone, and he grabs the phone and goes, "We're definitely out of range," which I think was very funny.
Okay, he gets one good line.
Yeah, he does have a couple of good lines in
about
this moment.
60 horrible ones.
Yeah, absolutely. And then picks up a wine glass and is, "Want a little wine with your death?" And of course, she knocks the glass away and he wheels the bed away.
Yep.
And then we cut back to the dream lab because Daryl and Andy want to talk to him again. But he's not to be disturbed during his experiment.
I mean, also, how do you wake someone under that much sedation? The cops aren't going to be able to do it.
Yeah, they mentioned that he's heavily sedated.
Yeah.
But, they don't care. They want him woken up.
Which means now the lab techs have to go find some adrenaline or epinephrine or something. And
Daryl hopes that Andy's right, and Andy knows that he's right. He says it's not a question of if he kills again, but who. Which,
Of course Andy says that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then cut back.
Cut back to Prue in her unconscious. Now wearing what looks like a dark, heavily patterned, slightly sequined.
I think it was beaded, not sequined.
I don't know. There was something shiny on that dress.
Oh, yeah. It was a nice dress.
Yeah. And I wrote in my notes, it seems that spaghetti straps were all the rage in the 90s. Because yet again, it is a spaghetti strap dress. And Wheelchair Dude is like, "Do you like the dress?" And she replies, I've worn better. Which, she has.
She has. And she just wants to do everything possible to insult him at this point. Because he's being a dick and trying to get her killed.
Absolutely. And so he pulls her out of bed, and it looks like her legs aren't working at the moment. And then we see Piper and Phoebe arriving at the hospital. Piper's added a navy coat to her outfit. And Phoebe has added the red leather to hers.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like the red leather jacket. Out of all of her jackets, I think that one's my favorite.
Yeah.
And we learn that Prue is in Trauma 1.
Okay.
And they're directed to the waiting room.
How do we learn this? Because that orderly, that nurse, picks up a stack of files. And very, very casually flicks through them with his thumb. Doesn't really look at any of them. And then tells them, "Oh, she's in Trauma 1.
Yep. Because he
needed a SAG card, apparently.
Yeah. Yep.
It's when you would okay. She's in Trauma 1.
Yeah,
it takes the same amount of time.
At least open one of them, At least open one of them.
Yeah.
But no. So, we learn that she's in Trauma 1. They're directed to the waiting room. But instead, they decide to go to Trauma 1.
Because on the way to the waiting room,
they see the sign for Trauma 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And then back at the dream lab, Andy's pounding on the glass trying to wake him up because,
that works.
And then we go back into Prue's mind where she can hear Andy yelling.
And she knows it's Andy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We cut to Piper and Phoebe with Prue petting her head. Where are all the doctors? Why is there nobody around?
Yeah, she's in Trauma.
Yeah, she's in Trauma 1. Why is there nobody around?
She's in a private room in Trauma 1.
Yeah, I
guess they got her stabilized and then promptly
just
left
dropped her off.
alone.
Yeah, I don't know. But so they're both scared, of course, but they're trying to tell Prue to use her power. And Prue hears them, but Wheelchair Dude is still trying to tell her she's powerless against him.
Because he doesn't know what they mean by power.
Yeah. It's I wrote in my notes, he doesn't know she's a witch with actual powers.
Oh my god.
And then they get to the ledge, and he's all, "Should I say goodnight?" And kisses her on the forehead. She's like, No, let me. Good night. And then she closes her eyes, and he gets flung off the roof. So I think this is the first time we see her use her powers with her eyes closed.
Yeah.
And definitely the first time we've seen her use her power while unconscious.
Yeah.
So there's that. You know.
She telekinetics him off of this fake roof, and he falls, and we see his face IRL getting super wide.
Yeah.
And veins appear.
Yeah, I don't get it, because we cut back to the dream lab, and Andy and Daryl are watching him die, and I'm just like, what is this, face thing that they, why is he getting contorted? What is this? I don't get it. Because he's the bad guy, he has to get punished somehow? I don't know.
Well, I mean, he is dying.
Well, yeah, but, punished by, not looking pretty anymore? I don't know. But then we get the lovely moment with Andy and Daryl of, I don't believe it, he's dead. And Daryl's like, I'll never doubt you again.
How does the suspect dying cinch Andy's...
Yeah, I don't get it.
In fact, that would seem to be the opposite thing, because if it's not him killing these other women,
Yeah.
something is targeting people in their sleep. You'd think that would rule him out.
Yeah, you'd think so. But
no, apparently the suspect dying convinces Daryl that Andy was right all along.
Yeah, I don't get it, but, it works. And then, because he's no longer in her subconscious, Prue wakes up perfectly fine. Like, she's okay, bad guy's gone, okay, fine. And then we cut to the exterior of the hospital. So it's like the next day or whatever. And it's Bay General Hospital. And Piper and Phoebe are wheeling in flowers to Prue's room.
Very cutely.
And I because they hit a wall or something on their way in. And I want to know if it was scripted.
They hit the
or if it was a blooper that they left in. Because they hit something.
I think it was a blooper.
Yeah, they hit something and they were just like, oops.
No. It would have been a door jam or something, because the set designer people would not have known that hospitals don't have door jams on the floors because everything's got to be wheeled around.
Yeah.
So I think it was something like that.
Yeah. But it was
or it might have been a cord
funny.
on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know what they knocked into.
But it was cute, and
was
one of the flower pots almost falls off and they catch it.
Yeah. It was super cute. And Piper is wearing like a purple sweater that's kind of like ombre, where it's like lighter on the top.
And Phoebe's wearing
super
a really cute Empire waisted number in black and white.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a slight leopard print, I think.
I think it was
like black and white.
It was just a pattern. It wasn't meant to be a leopard print. I think it was just like kind of diamondy.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked a little leopard printy to me, but And then Piper underneath her purple sweater has like this pink floral dress, which is kind of pretty on her.
Oh yeah, super cute.
But I really like that purple sweater. Like I totally would wear that purple sweater even now. So anyway, Prue hopes that they're there to pick her up, but of course, Piper's like, no, Dr. Black said to one more day just to be sure. And Phoebe goes, it wouldn't kill you to get some rest. And then she covers her mouth in this like faux gasp, which was adorable. And Prue thanks him for the flowers, and they have a little back and forth, about the lust spell craziness. And we learn that they reversed the spell the night before off screen. And Piper called Jack, and he doesn't remember anything. And Phoebe called Hans, and he doesn't remember anything. So everything seems to be back to normal.
Yeah.
And then Andy comes in wearing a black turtleneck tucked into his jeans with a single red rose and a white paper bag.
Yep.
With the surprise. And again, we have a cute sister moment where, he says surprise, Prue's like, yes it is, and does this like grab of Phoebe's hand. And she's like, what are you looking at me for? I didn't tell him. And Piper's all, guilty.
Nah.
Which was just super cute. It's like, okay, that's adorable. So Piper and Phoebe go to leave, but, Piper's like, we'll see you tonight. And Phoebe's like, after we raid your closet. Which, again, cute sister moment. Like, that's right. You can't stop me from looking through your clothes, and so I'm going to.
Yeah.
Like, all right. And so they go to leave, but then they stay just outside the door to, watch the Prue and Andy show that's happening.
Super cute.
Yeah.
And they realize he stole one of the roses from the cart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crafty man.
Yeah. Because, that's how you do. And we find that Andy has brought her favorite, which is apparently cheeseburger and fries.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Which I don't know if you can actually eat that in the hospital, but, whatever.
Well, that's why he snuck it in.
Yeah. And then he goes, glad to see every bone in your body is not broken. Like, I swear they got her into a car accident just so that line could be said. Because, whatever. So Andy gives Prue the rose that he came in with. Piper grabs a rose from the arrangement and hands it to Phoebe, who laughs, and then they leave, and then we get the end credits.
Yeah.
So it was a cute little ending. It was a nice story.
Yeah. I really, like, when Piper was trying to get Phoebe to follow her out the door, she had this really cute little finger beckon.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Look at those visuals on an audio podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cute. It was not the best episode, but not the worst.
Andy has a line to Prue, like, right before the end, where he's like, I'm glad to see... Yeah, the line about...
I'm glad...
That's a weird line to tell someone you never thought was a victim of the thing we're dealing with.
But that's why, because the line is, Andy says, glad to see every bone in your body's not broken. Prue's like, what? And he goes, the car accident, never mind. Which is why I say, it's like, I swear they got her into the car accident just so he could say that line.
Yeah. But, okay, see, the thing is, she would not have known about the previous victims.
True.
She wouldn't have known.
True, they had no idea
how they died. She wouldn't have known the condition in which they died. So really, that was a line for Andy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Along with his line of, who's next? Like, the thing where he was at the Dream Lab, like, it's not a question of when he'll murder,
Yeah.
but who.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that was entirely a thing for Andy.
Absolutely. But,
Just weird.
Hey,
See, now, if she'd said the line, be like, well, I'm pretty happy that not everybody, my body's broken. And he'd be like, what? That would key into the continuing arc of his suspicion.
Maybe. But I think it was also more of, because they know that this guy is targeting people that have rejected him, that he's just more saying, like, you're in here because you got into a car accident, not because this guy tried to kill you.
It doesn't make sense as a line for Andy to say to Prue, knowing Prue would not know about the entire case he's been working.
Yeah.
Because he's not told her about it.
Convenience. Allah. Anyway.
Yep.
So, ratings.
4.
Yep.
I'm gonna give this 4 French twists out of 10.
Nice. I give it 4 horny tomcats. It's like, basically, the Piper-Phoebe storyline saved this episode for me.
Oh my god, if it were just the Piper-Phoebe storyline, I would love it!
Yeah, because it was cute. It was like, that was the fun line. That was the cute B story. Like, if it had just been creepy wheelchair guy, it would not have held my attention.
No,
not at all.
Not a bit. But yeah. And then, okay, I don't know what my favorite outfit of the episode was. I think, what, collectively, I think it would have just been what Piper and Phoebe were wearing before going out on their dates.
Yeah, my favorite outfits of the entire episode are the ones that are in the promo shots. Like, I just really like those ones. Alright, so, time for 12-year-old Kendra spells?
Always. And never.
Yep.
Okay, this one is to freeze time, because apparently I wanted Piper's power.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is one power that I lack. Spirits freeze time, and I'll come back. Which doesn't make sense.
Hey, you were 12?
I know, and that's my excuse every time.
Yep.
But still, it's just nonsensical.
But, you're allowed to be a little nonsensical when you're 12.
Yeah, I know. It's still embarrassing.
Well, yeah, but,
whatever.
What you gonna do, right?
Called Ghostbusters?
Apparently. Alright. So I think that's it for us this week. We will be
this
back
episode
next week.
It will feel like a week for you guys. It will feel like no time has passed for us.
Yes. So you can email us at charmchats@gmail.com. You can get us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Patreon, all those sorts of things at Charm Chats. You can get us on Twitter at Charm Chats Pod.
Also on Tumblr.
You can get us on Tumblr at Charm Chats and at Charm Chats Pod. Because we're those kind of people.
Yeah.
But as always, you can always find us at charmchats.com.
Yeah.
And if you want to help us out on Patreon, we would be eternally grateful.
Yes, we have tiers.
We do.
And that's IE, not EA.
Well, a little both.
Tears of joy.
Tears of joy for those who help us.
And tears of donation.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will
layers of donation.
We have stuff and things. And we will be adding more stuff.
And more things.
And more things as time goes on. So, yeah. So we will be eternally grateful if you want to help us out. Because podcasting is expensive.
Yeah, it got a lot more expensive today.
Yeah. We had to go out and buy a new microphone.
Yep.
So, that's a thing that happened. Yeah.
Woo!
Woohoo! All right. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we hope to hear from you. Have a good night.
Night-night. Don't let the warlocks bite.
Sure.
Phoebe, Piper and Prue, we've got evil to slay and some potions to brew. So we'll see where it's at next week.